Yeah, I went live earlier than usual. Hey, Roy Estem, nice to see you. Uh, it is very warm today, actually. I'm, uh, I'm actually gonna sit in the t-shirt, show off my muscles a little bit. Maybe people would stop using ridiculous excuses if they see some muscles. Okay, let me put this here. Can you hear me okay? Yes, nice, nice, nice. It's an amazing day. It's 16 degrees. It's almost feels like summer, to be honest. I was not expecting it to be this hot today. Jonas Holtman, hello. I was expecting more people on the street, but maybe because it's early, so we'll see. Maybe there will be more people. Who knows? It's it's warm, so I expect a lot of people will be walking. Hey, the LTN, nice to see you. No sound? Can you not hear me? Okay, seems like Roya can hear. Hey, Dracolum. Nice arms, thank you. Sound is good. Oh, okay. Thank you, yeah. Oh, that's why I brought them. I brought the guns out. I find it so funny when people mention muscles and they say they're guns. Um, yeah, I thought it's a good opportunity to, show off a little bit of muscle. Although yeah, I keep trying to bulk up, but every time I have busy days, I forget to eat and then I forget to bulk. So yeah. Hey Martin, nice to see you. T-shirt day, yeah. Yeah, I actually have a couple of layers on me just in case, but it's pretty warm, yeah. I want to try a social experiment. Want to try a social experiment? Oh damn! But it is really windy though, and I hope the wind does not knock down the tripod. Heavy Gunner TYP. Nice to see you. We met in Alexandra's stream, huh? So let's see. We're gonna give it like 10 minutes, and if nobody stops, we're gonna move to a place where there's even more people. It's always at the beginning a little bit difficult, huh? Till people stop. Hey, MED, nice to see you. Oh, a lot of awesome people in the chat today. Oh, I would. I keep saying it. I was expecting way more people. I was expecting to come here and like everybody just waiting in line to sit and talk. That's usually that when it's a Friday and the weather is good that it's full of people on this area. But surprisingly today, not so much, huh? Gonna try it? You okay being live for my YouTube channel? What's your name?
Charlie.
Nice to meet you, Charlie. Can you come a little bit closer so that we can come? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so Charlie, how do you feel? What's your take on oppression?
Oppression?
Yeah. Do you think? Let me ask you this way: do you think that the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
No.
No. What if they get some form of benefit from it?
No.
No, still no. Okay, and what if the powerless don't realize that they're oppressed? Like maybe they're cognitively impaired or something. They just can't know that they're oppressed.
I mean, no.
No, so they should still not have the right to oppress them.
No, definitely not.
Okay. we've established that now. Let me ask you: do you think there's any reason to oppress somebody, like let's say based on skin color?
Oh God, no.
No. How about how much hair they have on their body?
No.
So DNA or DNA characteristics should not be a reason for oppression.
Absolutely not. No.
Okay, okay. How about like species? Do you think a different species should we be oppress? Should we oppress other species?
Like animals.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
No. But do you think that we are oppressing animals when we're forcing them into slaughterhouses for things that are essentially optional to us?
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
Yeah. And do you participate in this? I'm not judging, by the way. used to
I
it
do.
too.
I mean, yeah, I do.
Yeah. And do you think that then can you maintain your stance of being against oppression, or that the powerful should not oppress the powerless, if you are the powerful in the situation and you are contributing to oppressing the powerless?
I mean, yeah, I do understand what you're saying. Too, this is too much for my brain. This. It's
Yeah.
too much. I'm on holiday in the middle of Amsterdam.
But let me ask you then, how do you see animals?
I love animals.
You love animals, but
Yeah.
can you love animals and force them into slaughterhouses? I come back to the same question.
I mean, it's different. Like I've got a dog at home,
Yeah.
and I love him to death.
Yeah.
But then, like, I think it's because everyone else just eats meat. It's on the shelves. It's there in
Yeah.
the shops, and
Yeah.
I'm not a shepherd. I'm a sheep, and I'll say that.
I understand that, but do you think that it's important that you, well, not necessarily that you become a shepherd instead of a sheep, but that that you think about your own morals and that you
Yeah.
understand it? Because, like, I don't know, would it be fair for somebody to all of a sudden to start peddling the idea of forcing dogs into slaughterhouses, using dogs for meat, using dogs for
No,
food?
and they could do that, couldn't they? Really?
They
But-
could, yeah, yeah.
No.
Because we have power over them also,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
so we could do that even to women. I'm sorry for saying, because most
Yeah.
men, a lot of the time, we have physical power over women, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But that
yeah.
wouldn't make it right to do so, right?
No, it wouldn't.
No. So then, when you, the thing is, I'm not. What I'm sitting here advocating is not necessarily that you do the same as I do, right? Like where you advocate for animals, but
Mm. Yeah,
rather
yeah.
that you do the bare minimum and not force them into slaughterhouses. That you,
Yeah.
that you try to think a little bit more and not buy these products, because these products
Yeah.
they are oppressing them.
Okay, yeah.
And
I
maybe
agree.
that's not your intent, because as far as I understand, that is not your
No,
intent.
it's not. No, it's not.
No,
at all.
it's not.
But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. So do you know what being vegan means?
Yes.
What is it to you?
No anything to do with meat, no dairy, nothing like that. Just
Yeah.
plant-based.
Yeah, so being vegan means respecting animals. It means not oppressing them and opposing the idea that animals are here for us to exploit. That's the definition of it.
Yeah.
So obviously, as a consequence of it, we don't consume animal products. We don't wear their skin. We don't eat their flesh. All this kind of stuff. Because how can we respect animals? How can we How can we oppose the idea of them being treated like objects if we support them being treated like objects? You see
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And it sounds to me like your morals are in line with veganism, but your actions are not in line with your
Absolutely.
morals.
I
Yeah.
think I'm just lazy. Not
Yeah.
lazy. I'm a mum to a young child, and I work, and it's just it's easier, I suppose.
Yeah, but I think like if you were to find solutions to make it work, because the reality is it's easy to be vegan. It's just a transition period, maybe a 1 month,
Yeah.
where it's obviously because it's a change where you kind of have to accommodate with the change, but otherwise it's pretty easy, and you get to a place where you're literally not forcing animals into slaughterhouses. You're living your best life, and if you say you have a child, I think it's even more important because you're teaching your child, well, look. Values matter more than convenience.
Yeah.
And I sit and talk to a lot of people on the street, and everybody brings up the same argument that I've been brought up this way.
Yeah.
I've never, so whenever you're teaching your child this same way, you're just giving them a guarantee that they'll have difficulty if later in life they do ponder on this question: is it really wrong to force animals into slaughterhouse?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Understood.
Yeah. So what is it that you want to
Thank
do?
you. I haven't really got time to keep going.
That's
I'm
okay.
So sorry.
How
but
many
I'm on
more
holiday.
animals should be exploited for you?
I don't know. I don't think just individually me, not buying meat is going to make a difference. really,
100 animals per year.
Which is sad.
That's 100 animals per year if you stop exploiting animals.
Yeah. I'll stop then.
You stop?
Due to this.
Let me just give you some.
Due to this.
Let me just give you some resources. If you scan this QR code, you have their thing called Challenge 22. They
Okay.
hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan, all of it for free.
Okay.
But if you want to learn more, just watch the most important speech you'll ever hear or Dominion. Okay?
This one, that chip guy.
That's my YouTube
that
channel.
you?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my YouTube channel. And if you scan this QR code, you also have these two videos there on top. Watch one of them. Okay?
I will. I promise.
Okay, just to learn about more.
will.
Okay, thank you so much.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Thank you.
have a good one. I think he went that way. Yeah. Eh, eh. Not the best conversation, but it's okay. Oh, we see somebody. I like music. Says I like to eat steak. Hey Chip. Hey Keisha. Yeah, t-shirt weather indeed. Um, yes, you like to eat steaks, you say, huh? I mean, who cares? If I like to, I don't know, force myself onto women, should I be allowed to force myself onto women if I like to do that? I don't think. Do you think your enjoyment of an action signals whether that action is moral or not, or whether it's the right thing to do or not? Because I don't, I personally don't derive my morals. I'm not a hedonist. I don't derive my morals based on what brings me pleasure. In fact, I challenge things. I try to understand them, and I try to have a logic behind my values.
What's the social experiment?
I just asked you some questions.
Okay.
You want to try it? Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can you come closer so that you're in view? What's your name?
George.
Nice to meet you, George.
Nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Scotland.
Scotland. Okay. Oh, nice. I've actually been thinking about visiting Scotland. I heard good things.
I would.
You would?
Yeah,
okay.
I would recommend it. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So let me ask you, George. How do you feel about animals?
Animals.
Yeah.
That's a vague question. I like animals.
You like animals? Yeah. Okay. Do you think animals deserve moral consideration?
Oh, okay. I see where this is going. Yes.
Yeah, you see where
I
this
would.
is going. Yeah. How do you feel about exploiting animals then? Do you think is it okay to exploit animals?
No.
No.
But-
Okay. But yes. You know where this is going.
I
yeah.
do know where this is going.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then, what about these animals that we do exploit, that we do participate in exploiting them, where we have other alternatives? Do you think that you can say that you like animals, that you are against exploiting them if you are participating in this exploitation?
I regret coming over here now. No. I would say I still believe in the food chain.
Yeah.
And that is one side of it. But the exploitation, the way that we see some of these animals, like chickens, for example, with the mass production, disagree with that completely.
Yeah. Why is it that you disagree with mass production, but all of a sudden individually killing a chicken would be okay?
Because that's the food chain. That's the way evolution has taken us through.
But you know, food chain and evolution could argue that, well, we have power over them. That's the argument, right? But you have power over a woman, right? Does that mean you can do whatever you want to them? Like, does might make right, you know?
So is your argument that I should have moral obligations towards women more than animals? Other way around, animals the same as women?
I think you should. I don't think it's the same moral obligation, right? Because towards humans, you can argue there's different relationships that you have towards humans. But I would say that you do have at least the baseline moral obligation towards humans and animals to not cause them harm if you don't need to, right?
So is your argument that we shouldn't eat animals,
My argument is that we should not eat animals because we have alternatives, right?
such as?
Plant-based food,
Okay.
right? Like nowadays, it's readily available almost everywhere.
So are you vegan or vegetarian?
I'm vegan. Vegetarians,
okay.
yeah. Well, vegetarians still exploit animals. You know, dairy cows are still exploited. Like, let me just put it this way so that you understand. Do you know why dairy cows produce milk?
Why?
Why they produce milk?
Why cow? Yeah, for the babies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, do you think that in animal agriculture, do you think in any type of farm that you can imagine, let's say the best farm that you can imagine, do you think that cows decide on their own when they want to get pregnant, or farmers decide for them?
The farmers decide for them because they have to do it within season. Yes.
Yeah. So, do you think that means that they forcefully impregnate them?
Yes.
Yeah. How would if that were to happen to a human being, what would we call it?
Not good.
Not good. Yeah. I would say it's rape, but yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to say the word, but yeah.
I get
yeah,
it. It's
is.
okay. And when the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
Turned into meat.
The first thing that happens is they get separated from their mothers so that they control the milk production, you know? Because if they were to stay with their mothers, they would drink maybe more milk than is needed, you know? So farmers, they separate them and then they milk the cows, and some farmers still provide milk for the babies, some don't. Well, most don't, but some do, right? And if they're born male, yeah, as you said, they get killed because they're useless to the dairy industry. If they're born female, same fate as their mother, every year forcefully impregnated, and until the day when they can no longer be forcefully impregnated, and then they get killed, because to keep them alive for another year until they get in heat, it would cost a lot
Would
of
it
money.
be too much of an argument to say that the taste is nice enough?
Well,
to go against the plant-based
I don't know.
foods.
Is that what your values
I
say?
would say, yeah, because I've
So-
had this conversation a lot of times with people where they've said,
So
all
would
the
you
same
say?
arguments. Go on.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry. So would you say sensory pleasure dictates the life of an innocent individual?
No, it wouldn't, but with the way society is nowadays, how much are we going to be able to change that, considering it's so built into all of our
But that's a different
infrastructure?
concern, right? That's a different concern whether what we do changes it or not. The question is whether you want to be part of it or not, right? Because on a global scale, there's 90 billion land animals who are being killed for us, right? Of course, you, a person going vegan, can save up to 100 animals per year, which wouldn't mean a lot, right? It up from 90 billion, if you subtract 100, it's still a giant
Yeah.
number, right? It wouldn't put a dent into it, but it would mean everything to the 100 animals that are no longer exploited for you, right? And it would mean something to you because you would be living up to your own morals. So a lot of benefits there left
So
and right.
how much do they have conscious thoughts then of what's actually going on?
Well, they do know. They do know. There's also like this practice, by the way, which is, I don't say this often, but there's this messed up practice that happens in slaughterhouses where if an animal, so they use a stun gun a lot of the time, for example, for cows, and if they wake up, they're not allowed to kill them because, of course, it would be very painful. But if they do wake up from the stun, they have to go back in line and wait in line, and they know exactly what's going on. But either way, when they enter that, cows have a big nose. They smell really well. They smell the blood. They see every other animal being a fear. Of course, they know what's happening.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of food to think about.
But even if
No
they
pun
didn't know
intended.
what's happening, would that make it right? Like, if you see a woman who's passed out, could you take advantage of her, even if she would never know that you took advantage of her?
Of course not, but there's
Yeah.
a massive difference between food and a human being.
Well, human being can also be food, right? Like to some individuals, like Jeffrey Dahmer, he thought humans are food. He ate humans. He did exactly what we do to animals, but to humans. In fact, I would say
That's a
in probably more
that's a
humane
one
ways.
in a billion sort of thing.
Doesn't
It's
really
not.
matter, right? Because the whole idea is what do you think is the difference anyway between a human being and an animal? That we are animals after all, but let's say a non-human animal and a human animal that justifies killing one for optional products because they are optional.
They are and they aren't.
I mean, they are. We can't thrive without them, so they are optional. And I know you bring up taste pleasure, but come on, think about it. Is really the taste that much coming from animal products? A lot of the times, taste comes from spices, other stuff, right?
Well, funnily enough, actually, my partner who probably wants to stay out of this.
Yeah.
She did a sports rehabilitation degree.
Yeah.
And part of her thesis was over plant-based products and meat-based products and
Yeah.
how it helps with rebuilding muscles after exercise. Her one came out as saying that the meat-based products were the ones that helped better build the protein. So what would the argument be against that?
I don't
If
know
we
the
have-
study. I would have to check out the study.
I don't personally know details.
Yeah,
I know
but-
she doesn't want to get involved.
Yeah, but I have seen studies that showed the opposite. Like if you have it depends on of course if you equalize the amino acid composition, right? So if you have the same amino acid composition, I don't see why there would be any reason why one source would be different than another. At the end of the day, we're all just our body doesn't know where the food is coming from. It just knows that there are chemicals who got into our stomach, digest those chemicals and transforms them into energy, right?
Yeah.
Or to repair our muscles or whatever it is. But that it doesn't care where the source is, right? It doesn't care if it's human, animal, or plant.
Do you want to jump in on this? You know more than me. You did the study. Do you want to explain what you just said again?
Yeah.
This is Emma, by the way.
Hi, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. So your partner said that you helped with a study that said that animal-based products help muscle recovery better than plant-based products, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I wanted to find out which ones works better because it can either come down to what works better or personal choice.
So how did you do the study?
So what I did was I went through control groups of set people, both genders.
How many?
How many? Roughly about 40 each. So 80 people in my study of across the age groups of 18 to 65 roughly. Both genders, different participation levels on the whole food chain. People who went to the gym loads, people who didn't. And then basically what I made them do is 100 squats, so that's enough to stress the muscles completely. Through the proliferation phase, feed the subjects, and then record set measures on different exercise sort of measuring count forces like jumps, how many squats you can do.
Did you equalize macros?
Yeah,
So every person was fed the same amount of the same amino acid profile and the same. Macros?
Yeah.
How on a plant-based diet, what did you choose as protein?
So I chose soy and whey products.
Yeah.
Um,
But whey is not plant-based, right?
it kind of is.
It's not. It's made from animals. It's made from milk.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was made from soy.
No, whey is dehydrated milk remainings after they make the cheese when they separate the curd.
It's a very good job they didn't ask that when you were handing it in, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my main thing was tofu and halal chicken. I wanted to make it so I could cater to people of all sort of different cultures. I can use that chicken and it not be an issue, and then versus tofu.
Yeah.
So the way I prepared the tofu, I did very minimal things to both chicken and tofu to then put them together.
And how much tofu was equalized to the
I can't remember off the top of my head. We're going
Yeah.
back 2 years ago now. But
Yeah, okay. No, because there's been plenty of studies showing the opposite of what you're saying. That's why I'm like, I'm
yeah,
surprised.
They
Yeah.
were, and that's why I wanted to do the study for myself,
Yeah, yeah.
because I think that people can choose what they want to eat. I don't think one's better than the other. It's all about choice.
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
end of the
but
day.
the sample size is also quite small, right? 80 people is pretty small sample size.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to say that it doesn't mean that if you consume a plant-based diet, you won't have good enough muscle recovery, right? Like I go to the gym. I have actually. Anecdotally, I have better muscle recovery on a plant-based diet.
Than me, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it necessarily says that as this cannot say as a definitive statement or even close to it that okay, well, we need to consume animal products, do we?
I'm not saying you need to at all.
No, right. So the
That's
need is
what my
still not
take
there.
on
Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah. So then we can agree that there's no need to consume animal products, right?
No, there isn't.
Yeah, there isn't any need. So then when we choose to buy animal products, we choose for innocent animals to be forced into slaughterhouses, to be exploited, to be slaughtered, something that where we wouldn't ourselves want to be in that situation. So how can we morally justify doing that? You said you have a dog.
Yep.
Would you do this to a dog? Not your dog, but a dog.
No, of course not.
No, but you see, we've been conditioned to think that somehow dogs have moral worth, but all these other animals don't.
So is your argument for all animals or to include dogs into it then?
Well, my argument is that as long as somebody is sentient, they deserve moral worth.
How do you measure sentience?
I don't think you measure it. You just you can't really measure sentience. It doesn't have a degree. It doesn't have a unit. How can you ever measure it?
No, that's not, how can you tell that there is sentience though?
Well, you can tell by the fact that they respond to stimuli, they respond to pain, they have emotional reactions to pain, they have emotions. Like there's far more intelligent people who can explain this better than me.
Yeah.
But if you want to read, there's like the Declaration of Consciousness that was signed, I think, in 2020 or something, or 2016, something like that, that acknowledges that mammals and other animals that we farm are indeed sentient.
I've not read that one.
Yeah, but there literally is no difference between a dog and a cow, right? I mean, you can throw a ball to a cow, they'll bring it back. There's footage online of cows doing zoomies. Of course, they don't do all of this in
Yeah.
farms, right? Because in farms, they have their babies taken away from them, and they're mistreated, right? They're not happy. They're incontent that they're alive, but they're not
So
necessarily happy.
I'm assuming your aim from this today then is to try and convert to vegan or
Yeah.
at least get the idea of it out.
Yeah, I mean, my aim is to get as many people as possible to not participate in this, right? I don't really care if you call yourself vegan, plant-based, or whatever it is. My goal is for less animals to go into slaughterhouses, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Many people converted today?
I mean, I just started, so you're
Oh,
my second
right,
person
okay.
really talking to today.
Fair
But what
enough.
is it that you want to do? How many more animals should be exploited for you before you change?
That is a number I cannot define. However, and I'm probably saying this to the wrong person, I do love a bacon sandwich in the morning.
Yeah. Do you know how pigs are killed?
I don't know if I really want to know now.
In gas chambers.
Seriously?
Yeah. In UK especially, yeah.
Yeah.
They scream to death in CO2 gas chambers.
You have to tell me that bit.
It's insane, man. Like the whole idea is, you know, like I know we imagine that animal agriculture is this place where we live in communion with animals and at some point we kill them, rather. Because this is kind of the image that everybody has, right? That we live in communion with these animals, we give them food, we give them shelter, and in return we get to kill them when we want to, and then reap the benefits. And regardless of how fucked up that alone is, that is so far from what's happening these days. I think 90-something% of animal products come from factory farming. So if you oppose that, you should already probably be vegan because it's extremely difficult to avoid that. Factory farming, you know why factory farming is bad? Because you say it's bad? Because factory farming reminds you of the objectification of animals, because the reality is the experience of a dairy cow. There was a study done in Germany on 1,500 dairy farms, and the experience of dairy cows in small farms versus large farms, aka factory farming, was quite similar. The like not the experience, but rather the happiness of them. You see, so
Yeah.
they're just as happy or as sad in both. But when we see factory farming, we see like literally animals treated like objects. We see them moved from one place to another, and we think, oh, that's so bad, so inhumane. But that's exactly what they do in small farms also. It's just you don't see it that much. You don't. When you move a cow to a slaughter, you're still moving them, whether they're on a conveyor belt or not. It doesn't really mean anything to them. It only means something to our brain that triggers it and says, oh, holy shit, putting a cow on a conveyor belt is fucked up. But it's
Yeah.
literally the same thing, you know.
Well, you've given me lots to think about. I'll give you that much.
Can I give you a card to look into it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I recommend you watch Dominion. It really does show you what animals go through. You just gotta scan this QR code, okay?
What's your name again, sorry?
Chip.
Chip. Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
Nice to meet
You
you.
said you're on YouTube. Is it under Chip?
Yeah, you have it here. You have it
Okay,
here. That
yeah,
Chip guy.
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers. Have a good one. Yeah, interesting conversation. I don't think that that study that she said she made was very well made. I think she said she accounted for macros. I don't think she did that. She said she gave tofu and chicken on the other side. I don't think that's a good way of making it work, but far be it from me. She said she even accounted for amino acid profile. No, she didn't. I'm 100% sure that she didn't. That looks like Amsterdam, says Zoboir Faozi. Yes, it is Amsterdam, and that's Rijksmuseum, yes. Hey Peg, nice to see you here. Can you show us your tattoos? Oh, you mean I just have this one. You see it? That's the only tattoo I have. Here. Did she confuse vegetarians with the vegans in her study? Yeah, also that, right? Like that's so funny that she said she used whey and soy, and that's plant-based. No, it is not. Insane, huh? To be honest, I think today I'll try to do more of the oppression experiment, because I want more and more that we speak about oppression. It's kind of messed up what's happening in US also, and well, I'm assuming that will have consequences down the road in a lot of other countries. So I think talking about oppression, kind of understanding this whole perspective of should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless, I think that is something that should be brought up more. Benji asks how warm is it? Benji, it's 16 degrees. It is pretty warm, yeah. It's warmer than it is in my bedroom, I'll tell you that. It's 14 degrees in my bedroom. Don't be afraid of watching every second of Dominion. That's a good one, yeah. Do not be afraid of that. Jen Webb asks oppression. Yeah, Jen Webb, oppression. We do the social experiment where we ask whether should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless. What do you think, Jen Webb? Was it Jen Webb? Yeah, Jen Webb. And yeah, hit that like. Come on, let's get those likes numbers up. All animal lovers are not vegan. I'll give you something. All people who claim they love animals and are not vegan are hypocrites. And I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. I'm literally saying it with the exact definition of what a hypocrite is. Agnes, I think you misspelled your, first of all. And how am I a hypocrite? A hypocrite literally means saying one thing and doing another. I respect animals. I don't force animals into slaughterhouses. I don't buy optional products that exploit, abuse, or slaughter animals. And yeah, you don't have to love them. You're right. You don't have to love animals. Jen Webbs asks oppression of what? Who cares? Oppression is oppression, isn't it? Do you think oppression is okay if the individual portrays different DNA characteristics? Agnes says, I love my animals and I eat animals. Yeah, you're a hypocrite. Do you think using... Hi. You guys want to try the social experiment?
What type of social experiment?
Just ask you some questions, that's it.
Okay.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel? Can you come a little bit closer so that you're in video?
Okay.
Nice.
I don't speak English very well.
Sounds
so-
like you're doing great. I don't know
Okay.
what you mean. I'm Chip, by the way. What's your name?
Okay, Javanna.
Javanna, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Lufia. Okay, so do you know what oppression is?
Oppression.
Oppression.
Oppression, yes.
Yeah. Do you think the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
No.
Let me ask it this way: if somebody has power over you, do you think they should have the right to oppress you?
Yes. I think depends which type of power.
So physical, intellectual doesn't really matter, right?
Yes, it's oppression.
Yeah, so oppression literally means cruel or unjust treatment or exercise of authority, right? It means having power over somebody and exercising that power over them,
Yes.
with or against their will. So let's say you assume against your will. Would it be okay for somebody to exercise their power over you?
No.
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 I don't think.
No. Okay, no. So what if they benefit from doing that?
Maybe in this way, his ego can grow up.
Yeah, grow. I can be the translator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Would that be okay? Would that be okay for somebody to do
No,
just
of
because
course
they
not.
benefit from it? No.
course
Okay.
not.
Okay. And what if they try to look at you and when I don't know they put something in your drink, you don't realize it anymore, you're passed out. Would it be okay for them to
No.
exercise their
course not.
power
Of course
just because
not.
you don't know what's happening?
No, of course
No.
not.
So you being unaware of what's happening does not make it right.
I'm not so sure to understand the question.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Like, if you didn't know that you're oppressed, would somebody oppressing you make it okay?
No.
No,
it's
yeah,
not
of course.
okay.
No. Okay. Okay. What if they're a different skin color, and they say my skin color is superior to your skin color?
No, yeah, of course it's not.
Yes.
Is that
It
okay?
happens, but it's not okay.
No, it's not okay. Okay. I'm trying to establish your values, by the way.
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Okay. So what if they have a different hair color or a lot of hair? Would that be okay if they say I have a lot of hair, you have almost no hair, therefore it's okay for me to oppress you?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. So we've established all of these characteristics. What about if they are a different species? Like if an animal was to be more intelligent than you and they could oppress you, would it be okay for them to oppress you?
Like we are talking about humanity and its values. So
No, I'm talking about your values.
yeah, okay, my values. You know, it's a difficult question because of course a different species work a different way.
Why?
In the sense of, I think that, for example, if you look at, I don't know the word in English like exactly, like a wolf group, they have a different way of thinking. For example, they think as a group, as a pack. That was the word. And we as humanity, we don't think like that anymore. Not that we are like, I think we are in a more individual society and mindset. So I don't.
But
I
according
cannot
to
say
your own
it.
values, if they had, regardless if they think as a group or not,
Yeah.
according to your own values, would it be okay for them to oppress you, to do something that is cruel or unjust towards you?
No.
No.
During my values, maybe not.
No. Okay, so then let's flip it on its head, right? We have power over animals.
Yeah.
Is it okay to oppress animals?
We do it, but it's not okay.
Yeah.
I'm vegetarian, so I
Yeah.
think you can deduct my answer from
Do
this.
you consume animal products?
No.
No, no animal products.
No, animal products depends, not all, but I am searching to limit it to do
To reduce the consumption.
Not also this, but to pass from vegetarian to vegan.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how about you? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm trying to reduce meat because it's really difficult for me to do it. But since I'm being like with them, like her as my friend and other friends that are also like trying to pass as vegan,
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw it like really as something complicated, that I was not going to be nutritious enough, or that I'm not going to be full enough, or I'm going to get bored of food.
Yeah.
But it's not true, because I've discovered a lot of recipes, a lot of new products
Yeah.
that I can try. So I am in that journey of like reducing the consumption.
But what is being vegan to you?
Being vegan, I think myself that you cannot like, it's impossible to go no zero animal, because there's products that have animal product or animal traces and we don't even know it. So
But again, what does being vegan mean?
vegan,
Yeah.
like, yeah, not eating meat, not eating fish, not
And
eating animals.
los derivados también.
Yeah, was I saying like eggs,
Yes.
using clothes that are not like from
Animals
animals.
products.
What about, do you think vegans wear leather?
If it's synthetic,
but
it's not.
No, I mean like leather coming from animals.
No,
I think they are radical chic. Do you know? They pretend to be something to show to the society, but in the reality,
Yeah.
So being vegan, the definition of veganism means opposing animal exploitation.
yes.
Of course, as a consequence, means you don't eat their flesh, you don't wear their skin, you don't, I don't know, pay for makeup that tests on them, you don't go to zoos because they exploit animals there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wherever,
But it's also something for the environment. Do you know?
it's not being vegan.
It's no, but I want to say the animals, they do part. They take a part. They take a place in the environment, in the nature, and so exploit the animals. This means also exploit the nature, because you are estás quitando. You are
Yeah. You're taking off.
you are
or-
taking off something that it's a nature property. I
Yeah,
don't know
you're
how
ex-
to explain you in
You're
English.
exploiting something that is like from nature.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter, right? You know why it's bad to exploit animals? Why is it bad to exploit animals?
Better.
No, where is bad exploiting
Ah.
animals?
But
Yeah, I think- Yeah,
I'll
I
ask-
think it's also like environmental thing. Like you are by exploiting animals, you're exploiting nature and the
No,
planet.
why is it bad to exploit humans? Let me ask you this.
Bad to exploit humans? I don't
It's
know.
the same reason.
Yeah, it's the mindset.
yes, it's the
Yeah.
same. They are esseri viventi. Sono
Yeah, they
esseri
are
viventi.
like
Come si dice?
living beings.
Well, they're sentient. Not that they're living. They're sentient. It means that they would feel the exploitation done onto them, right?
Yeah.
They have emotions. They have feelings. They have
Yeah.
thoughts.
Yes.
All of
We
this,
agree
right?
with you.
So that's why it's bad to harm a human being. That's why it's bad to harm an animal.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then your morals say that you're there. It's wrong to do this
Yeah.
to animals. But then when you say that you want to reduce it, I completely understand that maybe, I don't know, you find it difficult or something, but would you find it difficult to reduce your consumption if you found out that the products you find in supermarket nowadays is coming from dogs, killed dogs, exploited dogs?
Yeah, I don't know. I would search maybe for alternatives,
Yeah.
the ones that I can found.
So in that situation, you would find it more urgent to act.
Like if I found out, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see then, so why is it that you value other animals less than like cows, chickens or pigs? You think they value less than dogs?
No.
And the question
absolutely
is,
no.
well, you say that, but your actions would say otherwise, right? Because you say, if it were dogs, I would stop immediately.
No, I don't mean like if it were dogs and not chicken.
Yeah.
I mean if I found out if everything were dogs, like as animals. Like if I know everything comes from animals nowadays.
But
but-
Yeah.
in this society, we don't. In our society in Europe, we don't eat dogs, so it's difficult to find dogs product. Do you know?
But that's not the point.
a-
It's not the point of whether you can find it or not. The point is, let's assume an imaginary scenario where you can find them, right? There's all these things changing in the world, not necessarily for the
for
better.
me, it's not difficult not to eat animals because en fait ça me dégoûte. Me da asco.
Yeah.
No sé cómo se dice en inglés.
It doesn't like it. Yeah.
No, it's another.
But it's not about what we like, right? Because I try. I
No,
need,
no,
I need
It's
to
not
come back
like
to that.
like. It's like disgust.
Yeah,
disgust.
yeah.
I'm
But do you think
disgusting
that
to-
our emotions towards them matters? Because, you know, do you think that if somebody doesn't have disgust towards killing humans, they should be allowed to kill humans? Do you think if somebody doesn't care whether humans die or not, they should be allowed to kill humans?
No.
No, because humans have inherent value, right? They have their own value, just like you have your own value, just like you have your own, just like I have my own value, right? It doesn't matter what value we place on each other because I'm zero value to you and you are zero value to me. We're strangers in that sense, right? If you
Yes.
die tomorrow, nothing happens. If I die tomorrow, nothing happens towards you, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. What matters is that we acknowledge that you acknowledge that I have value, and therefore you wouldn't harm me. So why is it that when it comes to other animals, we don't acknowledge that they also have value, and that's why we're not causing them harm? You see what I mean? That's why we're not exploiting them. That's why, like, obviously, when the animal is in within our sight, it's easy to say, yeah, they have value. We acknowledge that. But do you acknowledge that cows, chickens, pigs have value on their own?
No. Yeah.
Yes, but I'm totally agree with you. Indeed, to be vegan, it's it's not only not to eat animals product, but for example, you have to avoid also shampoo or makeup that are tested on animals. Do you know?
Yeah, just like you would
It's
for a human
every-
being, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
it's,
it.
it's about acknowledging that they deserve
But
just as much
I
as we
think
do, like
it's
the
not
baseline.
difficult to be vegan. It's only that people they don't know how to inform
Yeah.
in a correct way, and there are a lot of prejudice. For I can't eat a lot of
Yeah.
protein, this type of things, because they don't have this information. For example, I don't need to eat meat and fish. I think I am a healthy body, so I can do everything I want. But for people, it is a little bit weird, you know.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is why they don't know this type of word.
Yeah, but like, for example, do you consume dairy products like cheese, milk, stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah. So that do you know what happens to dairy cows, for example?
Yes, I know.
Do you know that
it's
they're raped?
horrible. I know it's horrible. For this, when I informed about this, it's also for this that I decided to be vegetarian. But I'm searching, how you said
do you mean?
before,
Was it-
to reduce everything to be vegan.
Yeah. She's
It's
trying.
my-
like,
yes.
this journey is like the goal.
Yes.
So why not stop? What is it exactly that says, like, I'm gonna go to the supermarket right now. I know that behind this cheese, a cow was raped. I know that her babies were killed, and I say still buy it. Why?
I
Same
think
question for you.
I think we are used. You know,
Yeah.
it's not so easy to change your habits. It's the same thing with the
What you think
with
when
the
you buy,
smoke.
right? It's not a habit. When you go into a supermarket, you think, because I'm sure you know kind of what to buy. You kind of look at the cheese. You kind of inspect.
But if
you
you are,
think a
but
little bit.
if you are used in this way, because when you were young, your mother took this. You are used to this, so you know only this.
I mean, I know, but we are adults, right? We cannot, like, if our mom taught us to have slaves, it doesn't mean that I should have slaves. If my mom is racist, doesn't mean I should be racist, right?
No, it's not cool. But I think all the changement, for all the changement, you need to take your time to.
I'm just curious,
to
how do you morally justify this, right? Like, you in your mind, you also, like, when you go to a supermarket or a restaurant or whatever that you're going, you check up what you're going to buy. You look at I personally look, when I buy in a restaurant, I kind of look at the ingredients. Even before being vegan, I would look, because I kind of want to see what the food is, right?
Yes.
So then, if I see that there's an animal product in it, then I obviously know that animal was raped and killed. So how can I justify paying for that rape and killing? Like, how can I, in my head, say, oh no, it's okay what I'm doing? Like,
No, I don't think
Honestly,
it's okay.
there's no justification.
there's no
But-
justification.
Yeah, that's it.
Like I could try to defend myself, but it's not possible.
Yeah.
I know I'm doing something wrong. I'm not going to justify about it.
I appreciate you saying that, but we also need to change, right? Like,
Yeah, I know.
It's,
I know.
It's only half the problem knowing
Yeah,
that we were doing
yeah.
something wrong, right?
Of course, like as I said, I think that for me, maybe it's not the correct thing, but it's what I need personally. It's as Javanna said, going slowly through the change. I know maybe I should stop, and everyone we should stop.
Yeah.
But for me, my economy, my habits, my lifestyle.
So is that worth more than all the lives of
I
animals
know,
that will
I
die,
know.
exploited, raped, all that?
I cannot give you a justification for that.
What if you were in their shoes?
Eh?
What if you were in their shoes? Somebody's pinned you down, they're gonna rape you and then kill you?
Maybe it's in my human egoism not imagining that position because it's too hurtful for me.
Yeah, but
I wish I could have a justification. I wish I had the willpower to stop, but I just don't have it, and I don't have a justification. Not as a bad thing or not as a thing like as the violent. I don't mean that. I just don't know.
So just FYI, so I'm obviously when you go all the way from here, you're not gonna have conversations with me. You're not gonna.
Yeah.
We're gonna be strangers. You're gonna have a nice life. We might never meet again, right?
Yeah.
But like when you go away from here, when you will buy an animal product, whether it's in a restaurant or not, you will be paying for an animal to get raped and killed. I mean, I'm just saying, like, when you will pick up that product, put it in your cart, when you will pay for it, you will pay for another animal, not that particular animal, of course, but another animal to go through the same process. And if you wouldn't want to go through it yourself, why not stop? I mean, you have alternatives these days, so many that you can literally change instantly and then find the best way to make it work, right? Like you don't need to do it step by step. You can change and then do it step by step. You see what I mean? Like you can still replace cheese with plant-based cheese, milk with plant-based milk.
That's it. What I'm doing. For example, today we have here in Amsterdam. There are a lot of options to eat vegan. Today we eat vegan. I can show you.
Like falafel.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No,
I believe
but
you.
the
For example,
thing, but
falafel, there's a lot of products.
Yes.
For example, myself, I consider me like an example of like not being aware of that, being like living like as a robot without thinking about anything, just eating whatever I could. And then I met like the lifestyle of my friends, and I started like instead of buying meat to eat one day because I need protein, I would eat a can of chickpeas or search for a plant-based
yes, this is true.
protein.
Because
Or with milk, like soja milk. I also like.
But do you apply the same logic when it comes to like fast fashion?
Yeah,
fast fashion,
I don't
we
buy
don't
fast
buy it.
fashion anymore. We are vintage.
Why?
Secondhand
Because
vintage.
I think vintage.
Did you apply the same logic when you found out that fast fashion is shit and it exploits
Yeah.
animals and
also it's not-
it exploits humans and
it's,
kills
uh,
them? Did you take a step-by-step approach and say I'll continue buying some fast
No,
fashion?
I had to do it.
But did you do it instantly or do you do it step by step?
No, step by step.
So you still bought fast
discovered.
fashion.
Yeah, I discovered the second-hand shops, and
Yes.
yeah, step by step, I saw I mean, second-hand is. Maybe I'm being like selfish by saying this, but it's not also very much good for environment and animals. Also for me, because I'm buying something that is going to last. I'm going to buy something that normally it's a more affordable price in the long time. It's in general is better, and with makeup also. Like if it's not tested in animals, it means that is better quality, in
yes,
my opinion.
cruelty-free.
But it doesn't matter, right? Like I
No,
understand you
of
can have
course.
these opinions, but I think like the reason why you stopped doing fast fashion was because you acknowledged the cruelty of fast fashion for other individuals, humans on this planet, right? That's the reason. I don't think. Did you stop fast fashion because it was inconvenient for you, or because it was cruel to other
No,
people?
it was in
No.
general. For me, it was
For
in
me,
general.
not it's not it's not for the money, because for the things that I love, the vintage things that I love, they are more expensive than fast fashion. So
Yeah.
for me, it's not money.
But let me ask you, because then it's gonna seem a bit rude of a question, and I'm sorry, but I'll be direct with it. Is there anything in this world that you care about that is not yourself?
Yes. my family,
I
my
mean,
friends.
Something
My
that is
family
also
and
not,
my
of
friends
course,
is
my
mine, so
family
of
and
course
my
it's
friends.
mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Still
My
yourself.
family, my friends.
Anything outside of you,
No, no,
your
also
group.
environment, because I'm doing a master degree in sustainability and inclusivity. So people that they don't have the same rights, that they don't have the same possibilities, this type of thing. So I think I'm trying to do my best to change this world. Then, how I say, everyone, I think everyone thinks, but I'm alone. I'm doing this, but I am alone. If I stop to buy from chain, this is we don't change nothing. But it's not this, because everyone is a man that is alone, but everyone who is doing this is contributing
To the problem.
yes, to the progress, to the
Yeah,
progress
but
also.
the reason why I asked this question is because, like you say, you care about. You say you don't have anything that you care about outside of your circle. But
I don't know how to respond, but I consider myself a little bit selfish, if that's what you want.
I don't know. You know, I don't think it's selfish to care about yourself and about uh, your friends and your family.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody does that, right? It's not selfish to do that, and it's not that it's not selfish because everybody does it. It's just
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
I think it's a mature thing to acknowledge that you
Yeah.
have to take care of yourself. You have to care about yourself. Obviously, nobody's responsible for yourself but yourself. But outside of that, I believe that every person on this planet should care about something outside of that, right? Otherwise, there's so many fucked up things on this planet, and we need to fix them, right? So, I personally fight for animals. Sometimes I speak up for women. I do for LGBTQ rights also. But the question is, like, because you say that you will change it step by step, you kind of also want to do it step by step. I mean, you got to ask yourself where do you want to land on this issue, because this is I think a fundamental issue that we have as humans, that we think because we're superior to animals we get to do whatever we want to them, and this boils down to every facet of our society. In every place of our society, every human atrocity has been done because of the superiority complex, right? So if you I'm not saying go and fight like I do. I'm saying do the bare minimum and not pay for them to be exploited. That's all I'm saying. You see what I mean? So you don't even have to care about them. You just have to say, I know it's horrible. An animal is raped. My values say it's wrong to rape an animal. Therefore, I will not buy this. That's it. Buy something else.
I appreciate what
Really,
are
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
I really appreciate.
we were.
I'm trying to be direct. I'm sorry if I.
No,
Some
it's
people
perfect.
find it
like,
rude.
some-
but it's-
sometimes like this made me
Yeah.
like rethink, because I think in this society also, I notice that I do this. We live so fast. We
Yeah.
all know this, that, for example, when you said when you pick up the milk, you don't even think about nothing. You
True.
are like robotic. You are doing what you always do because you don't have time. You have to do in my case, I'm a student,
Yes.
an assignment. I have to call my mom. I have to go there, and you are thinking about what I'm going to wear tonight or what. So you are picking the milk, thinking, what I'm going to do with my friends, because we live like individualistically, and we live like robotic. So it's good that someone like you is in the street saying you like you have to sometimes stop and think.
You have to stop and think. Yeah, you have to. We live in a world where if you're not going to stop and think, somebody's going to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And animal agriculture does take advantage of us. You know, like all these products, the as you say, this disconnect from what happens to animals
Yeah.
is a direct product of the animal agriculture. They pay large amounts of money to make it this way. They have an actual big budget. Every year they spend large sums of money trying to prove that you need animal products, and every year all the studies come up the other way around. So
Yes,
we
I
all-
know.
Yeah. So
But it's so funny because people, when I try to say this, when they ask me why are you vegetarian, blah blah blah, you don't eat all the proteins, this type of things. I say this, and they said, which type of science says this? Do you know? Because they say, but also Galileo Galilei, he said that the planet is not
Flat.
flat, and but before all the world told this, so maybe your science is a work in progress, is not correct. Do
yeah,
you
no,
know?
that's bullshit. That's-
Yes, but I want to say you that it's for this it's very difficult to change, I think, for
I understand, but
people in general. For me, I think it's because I'm too used But when I can, I always prefer vegan
I don't like this
products.
attitude. I don't like this attitude. I'll say it. I don't like this. When I can, I'll do it, or it's difficult. Let's not put ourselves in the position of victims. We're not victims. We are people who can make changes. We are people who
Yes,
can.
I'm totally agree with
I understand
you.
that it's been a habit, and I completely understand that. It's not. I'm not blaming you for the habit. I'm blaming you for maintaining the habit. You see what I mean? Like if my habit is to beat up my wife every day because somebody taught me that that's what I should do, and then somebody brings it up and says it's fucked up to beat your wife, and I say, well, I'll just beat her once a week or twice a week. It's still wrong to do so, so therefore I should stop, even if my habit says differently. You know what I mean? So I'm responsible for changing my habits, not.
No, I totally agree with you. But for example, I smoke. I know that smoking is not good, but I think
Yeah.
it's not so easy.
Can you hold this for a second?
Yes, of course. But they listen this your follow conversation, so everyone can.
I hope so. Hey, thank you so much for having this conversation with me. I'll just give you a card. I'll give you 2 cards to help you with
Okay.
this. So
Yeah.
you have on this. You have a thing called Challenge 22. They
So
hook
what
you
do
up
you-
with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan. All of it for free
Okay.
and within your budget. You just gotta scan this QR code. It's called Challenge 22. You have it there.
Thank
I
you so
love
much.
it.
Yeah.
And so, what do you do in your life? What is it?
Oh, in my
It's
life,
your
I'm a
work?
software engineer. No, I'm a software engineer, but I do
Do
this.
you
as
do
a-
this in your free time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We all gotta fight for something, no?
Oh yeah.
Yes. So
Thank you so much for doing this.
yes, please make changes and.
Yeah.
Really nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Same.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, and in the first moment, I didn't have idea that the conversation
Yeah, it was going to be about this.
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
I thought it was something about human rights.
Yeah.
And then when you started to talk about animals, I felt really attacked. So because I
Yeah.
said, wow, but I'm trying, but it's so difficult because we are stupid to tener el mismo estilo de vida.
Have the same
Habit,
lifestyle.
yes.
Yeah.
When you know it's not correct, but thank you because
You can still
I
have
think
that. You can still have the
yes.
same lifestyle. You just change the products
Yeah.
over so slightly. I still go into the supermarket and buy products that I know they're vegan. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just it needs a little bit of effort for a month, and then afterwards it's exactly the same. You live your life exactly like the same
I'm
way.
totally agree.
Yeah.
But
Thank you so
I
much.
think there are countries where it's easier to do here.
Yeah, there's countries where it's easier than
to
others.
do this. For
Yeah.
example, Holland, here in Netherlands, it's easier. But in France and Italy, we have to do a little bit of
Yeah.
effort. But this is not a justification.
Yes, exactly. Not a
This is not a
justification. I appreciate
justification.
that. Okay. Thank you so much for
thank
having
you
this
so much.
conversation with me. I will go here and have other conversations. Have a good one. Cheers. It was a long conversation, huh? I don't know how much of that the battery is acting up again, I guess. But I hope you guys have heard of the conversation. This is a pretty good conversation. I like this approach where I'm going lean a little bit easy on them, and I'm stepping up. Hi, you want to try a social experiment? Then I'm stepping up a little bit to it. I'm stepping up and like literally like when I asked them, is there anything that you care that you don't care that you care outside of yourself? I thought they would get offended, but they didn't, which I appreciated. So yeah, they stayed for so long, says yeah, James. Chip took those girls to Pound Town. Yeah, like I think they can be responsible. That's why I wanted to push a little bit more, because I felt like these are the type of people who want to be responsible, who can be responsible. There's a lot of people in this way who just don't really care, who just want to go, I don't give a shit about animals or whatever, but they seem to care. So I thought, maybe they'll change something, and I think they will. I actually think they will. Are there any dolphins in this chat? I doubt it. No, if there's no sun, it gets a little bit shittier, but we'll stay a little bit longer. Show off our muscles. They don't need to care. Yeah, that's true. They don't need to care. How's everybody in the chat doing? Huh? Is everybody in the chat having a good time? Are you enjoying the conversations? Are we having a lot of ridiculous arguments in the chat? What's the most prevalent argument in the chat right now? James asks, dude, how cold is it? It's like 15 degrees Celsius. I can't tell you in what that is in Fahrenheit, but there is a pretty strong wind, so that makes it a little bit chillier. Jake Smith says, y'all vegans crack me up. So what cracks you up is somebody who respects animals. I see. It's funny to you that somebody can dare to respect animals. Yeah, yeah. You know, that's what happened. You know, during slavery times, there were people who said slaves should have rights, and there were other people like yourself who said, "You crack me up." Imagine that. All you abolitionists crack me up. That's it's the same, huh? Do you think that's okay? So, yeah. Chip, how do you get your protein? I mean, I literally just posted the recipe for a protein bar that I actually had today. To be honest, before posting it, I didn't really taste it. The banana flavor was a bit too much, so if somebody wants to make it, I argue you should do less banana flavor protein powder. But yeah, you can do whatever. You can get from tofu, from tempeh, from plant-based meats, from protein powder, which I do have because I'm a bodybuilder, as you can see. What else? Protein bars you can have, chickpeas, lentils, all of these also have protein. Hi, you want to try a social experiment? That's okay. Beans, yeah. Potatoes. Potatoes have protein? Oh, well, of course they have some protein. I wouldn't count them as a protein source per se. But yeah, these days, to be honest, I'm just like pretty lazy these days. Almost everywhere in the supermarkets you can find plant-based meats that are discounted. Every week here, there's a discounted product of plant-based meats. So I just buy the discounted product, the one that has no flavor, that is mostly just like 98% soy or something. And I just put that in a pan, fry it a little bit, add some garlic powder or something, alongside some air-fried potatoes and some kimchi because I love kimchi. And that's a go-to meal that is, what, 20 minutes and 5 minutes of preparation. You do absolutely nothing. And it can get pretty cheap. Like, I think on average is 4 euros per meal, 4 or 5 euros, something like that. I never counted per se, but that's kind of where it goes. And this is convenience and price. Hi. You want to try the social experiment?
Experiment about, yeah.
I just ask you some questions, that's it.
Okay.
You okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Oh no, I just saw you.
Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Sure, they don't even see me, it's okay.
But do you want to be on camera?
No, it's okay.
Okay, you want to be off camera. What's your name?
Marcus.
Marcus. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Chip.
Yeah.
So, Marcus, how do you feel about animals?
About animals? Well, what do you want? What specifically?
Do you think animals are like objects, or do you think animals are individuals? How do you feel about them?
I don't think it's either they're individuals or objects. I just think that they're just like humans, but maybe just unlucky, since like we are stronger and everything. But I just see them as just another way of life, just like biology, like, you know.
Yeah. Do you think is it okay to exploit animals?
I mean, it sucks, but I don't know. The world we live in, it is what it is. I don't think you can escape it. Of course, it's not very nice, but.
Well, what do your values say? Do your values say it's okay or not okay to exploit animals?
I mean, my values say, of course not. But you know, my head would kind of say, or I guess the reality would kind of tell you that, well, it is what it is.
So yeah, you're right. That there is obviously exploitation happening throughout the world. But if you were presented with the choice to reject that exploitation or to choose products that don't exploit animals, wouldn't you say you have a moral obligation to do so?
Yes, of course, but there is one thing about, and this is like a thing, for example, in my country, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna go off topic. For example, with vegan foods, right? It's very good and a very noble idea, whatever. And just because it's like more expensive, that's fine. I'm willing to pay for it more.
Yeah.
For like vegan. But the thing is that a lot of like other companies are not actually like they're lying, and you cannot trust it. So when you can't trust it, you don't want to support something which even if like some
They're
of them,
lying about what?
for example, that the products are vegan, you know. So of course
I
there
mean
are
that they're
some.
not. They have animal-based products.
Yeah,
I think that would
yeah,
be
in
the
Lithuania
case.
there was an actual thing, like that's where I'm from. Like some companies, of course, they are very like actually righteous and
Yeah.
they actually try to do some like replacements for meat. Like some are just like exploiting the fact that some people want to not eat meat, for example.
I've never heard about that, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
interesting.
a
I would say
thing,
maybe that's a scandal or something, but
No,
I would
I-
argue they cannot do that because you don't know what allergies people have, so thus
I
it would be
mean,
pretty difficult.
The main point I want to say is just like if I could be 100% sure, then I would 100% like choose that option.
Well, it
Of course,
doesn't really
now
matter
my-
if you're 100% sure or not what happens behind. What you know is that your duty is to choose the plant-based products because you know that there's, as you say, higher probability of there being no animals exploited versus when you choose an animal-based product, there is 100% chance that an animal was exploited for that product. So
I
therefore,
mean, all
why not
animals
choose
are
the one?
exploited either way which we eat, so it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
all animals that we exploit
Yeah.
for food, for clothing, are exploited. Yeah, so that's why I mean, like, if you choose a plant-based product, at least you have a chance that, from your situation, as you say, that maybe they're not honest, but
Yeah.
you at least have a chance that they are. So whereas when you buy an animal product, there's zero chances that they're plant-based.
I don't know if it's a duty, but me myself, I don't think it's a duty per se, but.
But
if you
just
can-
seconds ago, you said if you were presented with a choice that
just not a
presents no exploitation or less exploitation, that you would have a moral obligation to choose. So why are you backtracking now?
I think it's a moral obligation, but it doesn't mean that everyone is strong enough to actually pursue it.
Fair enough, fair enough. How do you feel about it? Like, do you want to live up to your own values and not exploit animals?
I don't have such great thoughts about stuff, no.
No. So why is it? What is it about animals that you think they're not worthy enough that you respect them? What about women? Do you think would you see it as a moral obligation to not exploit women?
It's not about. Sorry, how did you say previously that it's? Can you repeat the question from the beginning?
So why is it? What is it about animals that you think you can't be bothered to stop exploiting them, whereas humans, I would assume you would want to stop exploiting them.
I mean, it's kind of simple. It's just because we are gonna have to eat it anyway. Well, we don't have to, but we like consuming it.
So we don't have to.
Thing. We don't have to, of course.
No.
But
So your liking, do you think that your liking of something dictates whether that something is moral or not, or whether that something is something that you should do or not? If I like having sex, does that mean I can force myself on innocent individuals just because I like it?
oh, of course, man. Like we all know that it's not like morally normal to exploit animals or
Yeah.
anything. But that's not like just because we know it. How should I say it? It doesn't mean that it's that easy to stop it. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
you seem to be aware of it if you know about this, something that I didn't know personally. So that means you are aware of it, you kind of know of it. So why not? What is keeping you from going vegan and never exploiting animals?
Honestly, I just love meat too much.
Yeah.
It's.
So we
for
come
me,
back to the same
myself-
thing. It's just your taste pleasure, your pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, it's very.
But do you think you cannot get pleasure from plant-based products?
It's not even about pleasure, for example. Like I can't.
You
really
said you like it, so that's pleasure.
That's true. That's a big part of it as well. But for me as well, it's like I can't really eat dairy products because of like my things. And a good source of protein is always meat. And I like to work out and everything.
Meat is not a good source of protein. I can honestly tell you this, that meat is definitely not a good source of protein. Is it a source of protein? Yes. Is it a good source of protein?
I
No.
disagree with you on that one.
Well, no, because you get a lot of fat from meat. So meat isn't a good source of protein because protein per what matters for it to be a good source of protein is protein per calorie. Protein per calorie, tofu has more protein per calorie than pretty much any meat.
Yeah, well, I don't want to like go too much into this topic because like, trust me, meat is good for you as in a protein.
Yeah. So
supplement.
then why not eat humans?
Not eat humans? Well,
Yeah,
try
meat is
it,
good for
try
you,
it.
right?
Try eating a human.
So
Well,
you
of
would
course.
eat humans if you could.
I mean, no, because you can have cows.
So let's say there's no more animals to exploit. Would you eat humans?
I mean, then honestly, we would probably be vegan in the first place, or vegetarian. Yeah.
So you would only respect animals if you're forced to. If you're in a situation where you don't have any other
It's not
alternative.
about respect. It's just about like.
Do you think it's do you think it's respecting an animal when you say I like the product that comes out of your exploitation and slaughter, and therefore I am going to exploit and slaughter you? Is that really respectful towards somebody?
I don't know, man. I don't really. I don't really. I don't know. I guess you could say care about it just because it doesn't really affect me, and you could say I'm just like mean or whatever.
No, I think you're being speciesist. Do you know what speciesist is?
Give me a definition.
It's somebody who discriminates based on species.
No, I don't think it's based on species, because then it would mean that I would just hate cows just only or something.
You do. Would you eat dogs?
I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter to me.
So would you eat humans?
Yeah, well, that's different.
There you go. So you discriminate based on species.
Also, it's just everyone except humans.
Yeah. So you coincidentally you are actually you're actively discriminating based on, and you're only protecting the species that you belong to. Wouldn't you say that somebody who discriminates based on race and only protects the race that they belong to, how would you call that person?
A racist.
Yeah. So you call yourself a speciesist, right? Because you discriminate based on species. Do you think there's any difference towards the victim when you discriminate based on something that a characteristic that they didn't choose to be born in? Do you think a cow chooses to be born a cow?
Of course not. But can I actually get back to the experiment? I just want to know what is the purpose of it.
I mean, exactly what we're doing right now.
Just like talking about it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, aš matau. Yeah. Tai kad niekas manęs nefilmuoja. Yeah, oh, anyway, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to go now, but yeah. It was a great talk though.
What's forbidden?
Nothing's forbidden.
Yeah.
She just says we have plans already, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're free to go, but like, keep in mind that you have this liberty to make choices. All of the animals that are forced into slaughterhouses on your behalf don't, do they?
Next time I'll eat something, I'll take it into more consideration, okay, man?
I mean, you don't have to do it for me. You have to do it because you want to live up to your own values. Apathy can go both ways. When you think it's okay to behave in a way where you only protect the individuals that are part of your group.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna do stuff that things that are right when I can do things that are at least like okay for me right now. Okay. Maybe like ambitious goals are very nice, but
So
I
right
think-
now, are you gonna go rape people?
Okay, man. Good luck.
So you're only gonna do stuff that's right when you. What ridiculous excuses. I know it's wrong, but I'll continue doing it. It seems like we're stuck a lot of the times in the same place, right? Every person I interview gets to be in the same position that they. Hi, you want to try a social experiment? Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
I just went to the face doctor, so I'm looking terrible.
What do you mean?
I hope in a few days my skin will be better.
Oh, did you
Hi,
do
my
one
name
of
is
those?
Bettina.
I am Chip. Nice to meet you. You can be
Hi,
off
Chip.
camera. Do you want to be on camera or off camera?
Oh, it doesn't matter
Well,
what
then
you
come a
like.
little bit closer so that everybody sees you. That's okay.
What is your question?
Okay, so I'll ask you. What's your take on oppression?
Oppression.
Yeah. Do you think that the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
No, I don't think so.
No. So
Of course not.
let's just put it to some perspective, right? Somebody has power over you. It would be
Yeah.
wrong for them to oppress you, right?
Yes.
What if that somebody gets benefit from oppressing you? Would it be okay?
No, it would not be okay.
No. And what if you're drugged or you wouldn't know when you're being oppressed? What if you can't tell that you're oppressed? Would it be okay for them to oppress you?
No.
No, oppression would still be wrong. Okay, I appreciate that.
Yes.
And what if they're a different skin color, they're a different hair, they have a lot of hair or something, and they say, well, I'm superior. Would it be okay for them to oppress you?
No.
No, okay. So no characteristics that an individual is born can justify oppression, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So what about the animals then? Do you think it's okay to oppress animals?
No.
No. No. Okay. I feel. Wow, that was pretty fast. Okay.
Yes, that's my thing. I
Okay.
don't want animals to be oppressed.
But do you think that when we buy animal products like milk, cheese, dairy products,
Yes.
leather, all
Yeah.
these kind of products, do you think that we are oppressing animals?
Yes, I think if we live together with animals like it used to be in the early days, and not so long ago, when the big industry, the bio industry, was not existing yet. I think when I was a child, I think it was starting around the 70s or something that you saw milk was healthy and you had to drink milk every day and you got school milk and it was so very healthy. But I think that the animal products used to be products of animals like meat and dairy. It used to be maybe healthy, but in small amounts. English is not,
Yeah.
of course, not my language.
It's okay. That's
sorry.
okay. You're doing great.
So I think maybe it used to be healthy, but like the animals are treated now, I think it's for them it's not healthy, but for us it's not healthy either. So
Yeah.
it's totally out of hand. How do you call that?
Yeah. But like.
We went too far.
So let me ask you, because your values say that it's wrong to oppress animals. You said it so fast, I appreciate that. Do you think you live up to your own values when you buy animal products?
Well, I buy some animal products because this is milk. Milk with coffee, of course.
Do you know what has to
so-
happen for milk?
I know, I'm aware of that. At home, I use the always vegan milk, the oat milk.
Yeah.
As much as possible. I eat very little meat and fish.
But why not none at all?
I used to do that, but I must say that it was not good for me. It was really my sister is very strict vegan. She lives in Portugal, but my teeth began to decay, and I was never satisfied.
How long did you do it for?
I think about 1.5 years.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know. Maybe you didn't eat enough or something. You know, that's usually the
Yes,
bigger issue that
yes.
people have.
I
They
know.
don't eat enough because you
Yeah.
know, plant-based products are high in fiber. Therefore, they make you feel fuller faster.
Yes.
So you
You
end up
need-
eating less in the end. That's
You
why.
really have to eat more.
Yeah, you have to eat a little bit more consciously. But
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I believe that there are ways to make it work, and I can give you resources to help you with
Yes.
that. But my question is, what do you want to do? Do you
My
want?
sister is really an expert. So.
Yeah, but what do you want to do about it? Do you want to continue paying for cows to be raped, have their babies
What I
stolen from
hope-
them?
Well, what I hope is that we become more aware of the way animals are treated, and I think that the awareness is growing more and more. And I think we are with too many people. I think, but okay, that's not right to say that.
I'm going to be
don't-
direct right now, but
No, not so many children on this world.
I'm going to be direct right now. But why does it matter if we are aware? It seems to be that you're aware what
But
dairy
I
cows
think,
go through. You seem to know that they're
I
raped,
think
that they
there
have
is
their
another
babies
way.
stolen,
I think
and yet you
there's
still
another way.
participate in it.
If we are all using less of every luxury product, everything, cars, taking an airplane, everything, we should be aware of everything and use less. So animals can be in lesser amounts and be treated normal, I hope.
But do you think there's any ethical way of farming animals?
I think that it is possible.
Is there any ethical way of farming humans?
Well, it depends on what you think about farming humans is.
Well, I'm asking you. According to your values, say it's okay to farm humans. To farm humans literally means you forcefully impregnate them, just like we do to animals. Means you use them, exploit them for whatever it is that you need to, and when you can no longer exploit them, you kill them. That's literally farming in a nutshell. It has been throughout centuries. That has been farming.
No. Well, how it used to be in the
This
much
is how it always
smaller-
was.
Smaller.
Even on small farms, they still do exactly the same practices, because if the animal is no longer useful to them, they kill them because they can't afford to keep them alive. You have to feed them. You know, it's not cheap to keep an animal alive.
Yes, but I think that could be a way to have a farm where it is animal friendly, or
Is there
Or
a
you-
farm where which is human friendly, that you farm humans, that you do the same thing, forcefully impregnate them, use them, and then kill them when you can no longer use them? This is pretty standard. Like I haven't even gotten like they do
that's not
much
good.
worse
No, that's
things.
not good.
They do much worse things in animal agriculture. This is
Yeah, I
like the
know,
bare
I
minimum
know.
of it, you know.
Yes, I know.
This is like this would
I know.
happen. I come from Romania originally, and I saw it in the backyard in my grandma's backyard. So it happens literally everywhere. Small farms, large farms,
Yes?
everywhere. So
Okay.
so if you think raping animals is wrong, then you should
Yeah.
already go vegan because that would be living up to your values. If you think
I know. Yes.
stealing their kids, killing their
Yeah,
kids, all of
yes,
this is
that's
wrong, then
really bad. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad.
yeah. So then do you
Yeah.
think, so when you acknowledge that this is really bad, do you think that we should reduce doing this, or do you think we should stop doing this?
I think I'm not sure if it is possible to stop this really completely.
You mean like at the global
I-
scale, but you
but
can
what
stop
I
your
hear-
involvement in it, right?
Yes, I know. Yes, I think that if we add one of each of us add a little bit of that to use less as possible. What healthy is for you, what feels really healthy for you, because it was really affecting my health, and also I didn't feel well.
But what did
And
you do
I hear that a
afterwards?
lot. I hear that a lot.
What did you
that
do
people
afterwards?
don't feel good.
What did you do afterwards?
I mean, when I was vegan, I didn't feel well.
I don't think
after
you were
a
ever
while.
vegan, because
After a while.
vegan means rejecting animal exploitation. You are plant-based, right? So you did it for
Yes,
your health, for
plant-based.
your
No. Also for the animals, of course.
So
Not for
how
my
did that
health,
change then?
Because I wasn't feeling good.
So then why didn't you consult a nutritionist or a dietitian? Why did you go directly towards
I
killing
don't,
animals?
Because I don't trust the nutritions in our society. I trust my sister more. She's really very yeah.
But either way, like you could seek help, right? Like it feel like if we have an issue, imagine if I had an issue and I would say, well, my issue is that I need to have more sex, therefore I'll go rape women. It's not right? It shouldn't be my go-to. Just because everybody else does it, it
Yes.
shouldn't be my go-to.
Yes.
So if your issue says that maybe you need animal products, who am I to know? Maybe you do. I don't know what to tell you, right? I'm actually studying to be a certified nutritionist, and I think
Okay.
I think that your issue was probably low calories.
Yeah.
But either way, in those situations, I would say it's important that we don't go killing animals, because then
Yes.
we just go around, we end up in the same place where like
Yeah.
we're still disregard, like the fact that we acknowledge that it's an option for us to kill them.
Yes.
You see what I mean? Like
Yes.
that alone
Yes.
is bad. That shouldn't be an option. That should be
It
like
is an
an
option.
extreme case.
It is an option, so we do it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
do your values say that it should be an option?
No. It should not be an option.
No, it should not be an option. But you got to live up to your own values. I'm trying to get to
I will
this.
think
but,
about it again.
I'll think about it again.
And again
yeah.
and again and again. Yeah, you're right.
Think and
you're
act.
so
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yes, we should all do that.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's sadly so, and like
agree.
I know, there's 90 billion animals killed and exploited every year.
Yeah,
It's insane.
Really, yeah, it's
And
really
of course,
insane.
you
Yeah.
going plant-based or going vegan would
Yeah.
save around 100 animals per year. But that's
Yeah, but that's a lot.
it means nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, but it's a lot.
But it's a lot for them, Even one
Absolutely.
animal, it's their
Yeah,
whole life, right?
yes. Really, animals are my thing. I am
You have to
a
go
member
vegan.
of the party of the animals.
You're a
really.
member of
It's
PVD. I want to be a member. How can you not be? How can you not be vegan and be
Yeah,
a member of
because
Party for the
I really
Animals?
didn't feel good. I was depressed. I really didn't feel good.
Yeah.
So I needed something more. I don't know what it was, iron or something. What is in meat or?
Yes, but you can supplement all that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Iron? Yeah.
Iron you can supplement.
That sort of iron. I think it is called heme iron.
But heme iron is not very healthy, by the way.
Oh no.
No, it's not. No, I forgot what it binds to, but well, yeah, I learned this, but like heme iron is actually it binds to, depending on what you eat it binds to certain minerals, and it can actually be detrimental to your whole system. So the heme iron is what your body transforms. If you were to eat iron from plants or from supplements,
Oh,
your
okay.
body would transform it
Yeah.
to heme iron directly, but it would only transform the amount that it needs. If you give it too much, it can be that bad.
Oh, but what
That's
I
why.
read was that you cannot make your body cannot make it itself.
It makes it from iron itself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we done?
Yeah, we're
Are we done now?
Yeah, hey, thank
I
you for
agree
having this
totally.
conversation with me.
I
I'll just
agree
give you.
totally, but
So if you scan this
Thanks.
QR code,
yeah.
there's a thing there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan for free.
The minion, the most important speech.
These are things that you can watch.
Can I look it up? The chip guy.
Yeah, that's my YouTube channel. Yeah.
The chip guy. Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
I remember that because of chips. Chips.
Yeah.
Chip guy.
No, just keep it. Keep,
Thank you,
keep it.
chip
Keep
guy.
it.
Can I keep it?
Yes, of course. That's why. That's
sorry.
why I make these cards for.
No, I feel so guilty.
You can make different choices. Okay. It's not about what we did in the past. It's what we do going forward. Okay.
Good luck,
Thank you
eh?
so much. Have a good one. She was a member of Party for the Animals. I can't believe it. So here in Netherlands, we have a party called PVDA, Partij voor de Dieren, PVDD, Partij voor de Dieren, which is Party for the Animals. And literally their whole purpose when, hey, that vegan teacher, hey, Miss Katie, thank you. The reason why they got into politics, the reason why this party was formed was because they wanted to have the possibility to push more initiatives for the animals. They literally wanted, the whole idea was to consider animals. So to be in that party and not be vegan is kind of insane to me. Yeah. Chip, you aren't very good at this, says Henry Zoom. Henry Zoom, your opinion means nothing to me. Your opinions in film don't matter when your argument doesn't have legs. Yeah, of course. Because the whole argument of, as you can, I mean, Mr. Henry Zoom, it's so funny, man. It's so funny. Mr. Henry Zoom, do you want to debate me? Because you can contact me on Instagram and we can debate whether my argument has fundament, as you say. Because I will argue that I actually have a lot of, being vegan has a lot of fundamental values that everybody shares. And believe it or not, almost every person I speak to agrees that veganism is morally preferable, is the moral position to take. So yeah, but please, hey, please, man, please, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward for somebody proving me wrong. So please, contact me on Instagram, Real Chip Guy. That is my Instagram, Real Chip Guy. Contact me and let's debate. Come on, let's do it. You obviously know better than me. Come on, show me, prove me wrong. I have no problem debating anybody. No problem. You do. I just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit.
Oh shit, okay.
Are you okay living live from my YouTube channel?
What's up, guys?
What's your name?
Brittany,
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. Okay, nice. So, Brittany, how do you feel about animals? Do you have any pets or something like that?
Yeah, I have a dog.
You have a dog.
I like animals.
What's your dog's name?
Avery,
Avery. Boy or girl?
girl.
Girl. Okay. I don't
Be
know.
awkward if it was a boy.
I know
guess.
Avery. What's a boy or girl name? Okay. A girl. Okay. What is it about Avery? Can you tell me something about their personality?
Oh my god, she's like persnickety and snooty. I don't know. It's kind of funny to see in a dog.
Oh, okay, for sneaky and snooty. Okay, that's interesting. And do you see her as how do you see her? Do you see her as a member of your family? Do you see her as an object to be in the house that moves around? How do you see
Not an object, probably more part of the family.
her? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that behind those eyes there's a somebody?
Yes.
Like who has a will maybe, who has desires, has personality?
Yeah, I'm still smooth brain though. It's probably very simple, but yeah.
Yeah, very simple, but still
Sure.
has emotions, all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen them dream, for example?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Where they kick?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
kick and
they
they do
kick.
that. Yeah. Okay. Would it be okay if Avery, were they to not be your pet, would it be okay for somebody to put a knife to their throat?
No.
No. What if they benefit from doing that? Would it be okay for that?
What do you mean? The person
Yeah.
benefits from putting a knife? Are you about to ask me if basically they can eat the
Yeah,
dog or
yeah,
something?
Yeah.
This is the social experiment.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I guess so.
So would it be okay?
I mean, it's not my dog. Like, I don't know the dog.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay.
I
So
feel like you connect with a pet because, I don't know, you do.
so Avery only has values because you have a connection to her.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she doesn't have value.
Wouldn't it be the same with people? Like, they only really have
don't know. I
value
mean,
to you when you
so-
have a connection with them.
Well, to you, but I acknowledge that you have value on your own.
No,
Without
yeah.
you having any value to me per se, right? So that's why I ask you: do you think that Avery is the same? Do you think Avery has value on their own, or do you think that they only have value if you give them value?
I suppose if you give them value.
If you give them value. So why is it that, do you think it's the same for me? Because I'm a stranger to you, so theoretically you have zero value for me. Do you think I have value, or do you think I only have value if you give me value?
Okay. First glance, no value. Okay.
No value, okay.
Yeah. I think that's coming across when people say like, "Oh, everyone has value." Yes.
So
But
I have
for
no-
me personally, no.
So when it's an individual who has zero value to you, like myself, and you say I have zero value, not just zero value to you, I have zero value, does that mean that you can kill me?
I suppose so.
You suppose so? So
I suppose so.
So your values say that it's justified to kill anybody who has zero value. So any stranger can kill you, and you can kill any stranger.
I guess so, based off the logic.
But is that really what your values are? It's kind of
No.
insane if you had to be
Not
telling me.
actually. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely a more complex question. It's
Yeah.
not like these are actually like. It is a discussion. Like we could sit here for hours.
I'm just curious
talking
about where
it.
your values are, like, and I thought you were being honest. Like, I'm asking at least for honesty. So,
No,
is,
yeah, that's what you're getting. I
so-
mean,
is that
I mean,
honestly, you would be okay killing somebody because you acknowledge because they don't have any value to you?
No, I could not do that as a person.
No.
No.
So you couldn't do that to a human being. So why is it that you could do that to an animal?
I mean, I couldn't.
You couldn't.
You just asked if it was okay, right? I personally could not kill.
Okay.
Like-
Okay. Let me ask you: is it moral to do this to a human being? For you to kill a human being because they have zero value to you?
Guess not. I've never thought of it. Brother, help me.
Okay. Is it moral for you to do the same to an animal because they have zero value to you?
But it's different. What if you're using them for like food or something? Like, are you specifically just looking at them as pets though, or just
curious.
cuz?
I'm
Or
just curious where your values are. We can discuss purpose afterwards, but like just on that alone, would it be okay to kill an animal when you don't need to, in the absence of need?
oh no, there is
No.
no need. No.
If there's
Why?
so if there's no need, it would be wrong according to your values.
Sure.
Okay. So then we bring it back to I'm assuming you already realize where I am sitting here and what I'm talking about, right? What we do to animals in animal agriculture, right? Do you think we need any animal product to thrive?
To strive.
To thrive, yeah.
Oh, to thrive.
Yeah.
Is this when you say animal product? What specifically are you talking about?
Any animal that
Just
inherently, any product that behind it they exploit, they rape, exploit, and slaughter an animal.
Who the fuck is raping an animal?
How do you
oh my
think?
god.
All animals in
Oh.
animal agriculture are raped. What do you mean? Do you think animals in animal agriculture they multiply by themselves? Humans control that, right? You
Oh,
acknowledge
they're pre-reproducing.
It's
okay.
called
I thought the
forceful
human
impregnation.
Was... Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It's not putting a human's not putting their
Okay.
sexual organ in them, but they are using the sexual organ of the animal to
Right.
suit their needs.
So what you're saying? No, I don't think it's morally correct or anything.
No,
I mean,
okay.
there's a reason why people are really into free-range chicken, and they, in America at least, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
like that here.
Yeah, so then if it's wrong to exploit animals, to kill them if there's no need, and they do it in animal agriculture, and we don't need any animal product, how do you leverage consuming animal products then? And I'm assuming that you do consume animal products.
Yeah. It's just such a wide range. For example, I mean, you do need nutrients.
But you can get those from plants.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
I mean, I'm studying to be a certified nutritionist, and there's nutrition is nutrition. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, I'm just fighting for animal rights here.
For?
Animal rights.
Animal rights.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I sit here like 3 or 4 times a week, so. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I guess they need to know.
Guess so. Personally,
Yeah, because
No,
so
yeah.
we can get nutrition from plants and animals, right? So when we choose to buy animals products, we choose it based on convenience, taste, all this kind of tradition, right? All this kind of stuff. But do you think any of these are good enough moral justifiers towards what happens to animals? Like,
I don't think it's right for how they're being killed. However, I do think that
killing them is okay.
I do think that you do need nutrition from them. I think that the world is not so simple. Okay, so it's also just kind of understanding like
But why would you
can
think
be
you need nutrition
respectful
from them? What is it that you?
because we're omnivore. Or
Well,
we're
what is it
we're-
from animal products that you think we can't get? Or supplement even. Let's assume supplement. What is it? Because nowadays we also have supplements, right? So what is it about animal products that we can't get from plants or supplement?
Well, you're the one who's studying.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if
there's
I
nothing.
if I study the same thing, I'm sure I could make a better argument.
Yeah.
However, again, I think it's the way that your body breaks things down. I think it's a bunch of different things. I'm sure I'm making assumptions because I
Yeah.
don't know entirely. I'm sure like you do. I'm not a professional on the subject.
But let's assume if we don't. Let's start on the premise that we don't even need animal products, right? Because you know why? Because I understand your perspective that you don't believe it, but you can look that up, right? You don't have to trust me on this.
I have a
and don't
question.
think
I have a
that's-
question. I
that's
have a
what it
question
is.
because
Yeah.
it's just talking about food,
Yeah.
right?
Well, no,
Okay.
I'm talking about also.
Well,
I
let's
talk
talk
about
about
exploiting
furs.
animals, right? Yeah,
Let's talk
exactly.
about
It's wrong.
furs.
Why is it wrong to kill animals for furs?
I think it's wrong to abuse and slaughter. I think, however, it is great to keep you warm, and I think plastic is terrible for you.
Well,
And
would you be
that's what
surprised to
make.
find out that plastic is also used in the making of leather and fur products?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I
they
know
are.
this.
Yeah.
I also know that you can make vegan leather. But the point is that that fur is gonna still be healthier on your body. You're gonna be able to breathe better. There's a lot of things.
So
and a
should I
lot
be
of-
able to kill humans and wear their skin because it's healthier for my body and it keeps me better cooled? It keeps my body at a better temperature?
If this was a chance of survival and we're like,
Well, no.
it's
In the
anarchist,
same day-to-day situation where I have other alternatives, would it be okay for me to kill a human being and wear their skin?
can I kill you?
I'm just asking. Would it be okay? Would it be when I say okay? Would it be moral to kill a human being and wear their skin?
Okay, morals, common morals, no. Common morals.
Your morals.
Honestly, I'm on it.
I know there's a generality of morals and values. I'm asking
well,
about your
I
value
think
system.
that it's
My
not
values say that
simple.
would be
It's
wrong.
not simple to ask these questions. It's very like, it is very much a discussion, and I mean, I'm also wondering how much farther are we gonna go on this, like until one of us is right, or
I'm just curious. Where do you think is the difference between animals and humans that justifies killing one for optional products but not the other? Absence of need, both of them absence for need. What
plants
exactly
are
is the
still
difference?
life.
But they're not sentient. I can tell you what the difference between plants
We
and
don't know
animals are.
that. Maybe they are. Maybe there's more
Well, we
study
know-
in the future
we
that
know
does
that
prove
sentience. We know that sentience is an emerging property of brains and central nervous systems, and plants have neither.
But fish don't either. So I can meet
Fish have brains and central nervous systems. Yes, they do. And
They're not
fish
as
are
sentient, or maybe
But
they
either way,
don't have
there's
emotion.
either way, you know for a fact that these individuals are sentient. You know for a fact that these individuals have emotions because we have the New York Declaration of Consciousness and the Cambridge Declaration of Consciousness that both are signed by Nobel laureates and people far smarter than you and I, who have done studies, who have looked into it, and have acknowledged that all these animals are sentient, that they have emotions, right? So we know for a fact that these animals are sentient. We know that we are. I also don't know if you're sentient at the same time, right? I just assume that you're
I think
sentient
therefore
based
I
on
am.
behavior. So I would assume the same about these animals. It's the same way, right? So if they're sentient, it's wrong to exploit and kill them because of their sentience, just like it would be for a human being. I don't think the reason why it's wrong to harm a human being is because they're human. I don't think it's because they're intelligent. I think it's because of their sentience, because they would feel me harming them, right? Otherwise, what's the point? If they,
I still want a fur coat, and I still want to eat a burger.
so you still want to exploit animals for something that is essentially optional. to you.
You think so? Would I be so lucky?
It's gonna be the first clip in the video.
Oh yeah, probably.
I mean, it's a live
it's
stream.
alive.
Oh, it's live.
It's alive, but he was like, he's gonna use that one part.
Yeah. Do you know how many animals die for a fur coat?
Do you?
Around 50, 60 animals.
Which animal?
Like, what it be? Not beaver. Sorry, squirrels. Well, not squirrels.
I think squirrels would be more like 100.
I don't know exactly
but
the name of the
I see
animal,
a lot
but yeah.
of dead squirrels in the neighborhood just because of his car. Because beavers too. But I mean,
Does that justify you going around killing more animals for something that is optional, that brings you pleasure? You could get pleasure from other places, but you choose to get pleasure from those places where you can harm an animal. I can get sexual pleasure from all these places, from a lot of places, but I choose to get sexual pleasure from harming other people, from inflicting my will onto other individuals. That's what you're doing, but it's not sexual. But you do exactly the same. You choose for your pleasure to make pleasure, you make choices that bring you pleasure, and you disregard individuals. And it's not just you disregard them, you actively go towards them.
I don't understand why you don't know me and yet you just villainized me.
Oh, I'm just saying, based on everything that we've discussed so far and based on what you're saying, this is the conclusion that I draw. It's an absolutely normal conclusion. We have had this discussion, we discussed sentience, we discussed what animals do, we discussed all of this, and still afterwards this discussion you said, I don't care, I will wear a fur coat, which means tens of animals will be killed for something that I don't need. I will eat a burger, which means animals will be killed for
don't
something
know.
that I don't need.
Maybe
So-
I do need a fur coat because I am going to go to the Arctic. That stuff does keep you warm. And plastic is not good for you. I know because this is my study,
Yeah.
okay? So please do not villainize me.
So because something is not good
please
for
do
you,
not
it's
interrupt
okay.
me either. That is very rude.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Me too,
Yeah.
but I do feel like I'm just gonna get beaten down. So I
Yeah.
appreciate your time and I appreciate what you're
I wish
doing.
I could say the same.
But
I wish I could say the same. Yeah, I don't. I don't really appreciate it when people continue to choose to exploit animals. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm here fighting for animal rights, not.
One question without
Yeah, sure.
is it just the way the animal industry is right now?
It's about the idea that animals are here for us. Do you think animals are here for us, or do you think they're here with us?
I don't know.
Well, what does your mind say? Do you think, when you think about animals, do you think they only have a purpose because we give them a purpose, or do you think they should be allowed to have a purpose on their own?
Animals. Animals.
That's not what I asked, though. How do you see animals? That's what I asked.
Like right now, I see animals as with us, but I do also think that back in the day, like animals still have to do, we need animals to survive.
Well, nowadays we don't, right? So it
That's
doesn't
what I
really
agree
matter,
with
yeah.
you on. That nowadays the food industry is out of hand.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree on that, but yeah, that's
Yeah, it's strictly so. It's very easy, right? Like if you were to be born 200 years ago,
yeah.
what?
Would you eat an animal?
Let me put. Well, I used to consume animal products, right? I'm not here saying that. I don't care what people did in
seen
the
The
past,
Minion on
right?
YouTube?
Yeah, I have. Have you seen the
Yeah,
Minion?
I've seen
Yeah, you've seen the Minion, and you're not vegan.
I'm not vegan. It did shock me.
It did shock you. So the Minion shows exactly what animals
Yes,
go
but
through. And
not all animal food is like that.
listen, I come from Romania. I have seen the shit that in the Minion, you see it because it's so bad. They show it so bad because you see a lot of blood. You see it's a little bit gruesome. And I come from Romania where they have subsistence agriculture. My grandma had a cow in her backyard. And everything that happens to dairy cows, I've seen my grandma do. Literally, forcefully impregnate them, separate the babies, kill the babies. Well, she would sell them, she wouldn't kill them. But then somehow we would get cow's meat on our plate because, of course, they would get killed. So all of this shit, I have seen it happen. Just because it happens behind closed doors.
You know what I think is a really good argument? That if we would use all the land we use for animals to produce vegan food on, like soybeans and stuff like that, we would have enough food to fix world hunger.
And we would have enough land to do also land sequestering. So also
Because cows take
minimize,
so much land that if
yeah.
we would use that for agriculture, we
There's
would have
So there's obviously a environmental
Is that true, though?
It is true, yeah. So there is an environmental impact obviously to this, but the reason why I don't want to talk about the environment usually is because I would argue that it's good for the environment to kill half the human population. If we kill off half the human population, the environment would still be better off, right? But we
Wait a
would
second,
never
so
do that.
Is that something that you condone then?
No, that's exactly it. It's not something I condone. That's why I don't talk about the environment, because the whole point of it is not about the environment. It's about the fact that innocent sentient individuals are being exploited and slaughtered for us when we have alternatives. It's about saying, well, I have a cow right here. I have a plant-based option right here. I'm going to choose to put the knife through to the throat of a cow just because it brings me pleasure. The product, the end product brings me a little bit more pleasure than this other product.
Well, not necessarily pleasure though, also sustenance,
pleasure.
also nutrition.
But you can get nutrition and taste from
Can we
both.
talk about
True.
the economics of this? Like, how much is it going to be to produce this kind of food versus this kind of food? Like, it's
Cheaper.
So much more. It's so much more.
It is much cheaper.
complex.
The benefit of having
But
grazing.
depending on where you're from or where it's coming from and such like that, is it
No, so most cows are most of the soy, most of the crop agriculture that is grown for food is grown to feed animals actually.
Like corn.
Yeah,
Okay,
corn and
okay.
soy is mostly grown for animal feed. Well, it's not mostly grown for animal feed. Most of the soy and corn grown for food is grown for animal feed
Yeah,
because
that's
it's
what
also
I was
grown.
referring to.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
If we use that instead of feeding it to cows, eat it ourselves,
Yeah.
we would already have enough than to feed it to the cows and they eat the cow meat.
Yeah.
So, no, I do think that if everyone all of a sudden will become vegan, the world will be a better place. I agree.
Do you think we would be
But I-
overpopulated in animals though, and perhaps there wouldn't be enough?
No, but then we would like the
But what if
animals
the
that are
animals-
killed now are made to be killed.
But now we're
They
also.
wouldn't exist otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still gonna have the same food as us now. So now there's actually competition for food, is there not?
No, because
No, because
they,
we'd be
they won't
farming it.
exist.
So like they'd be.
Oh,
you know,
you're
you could
saying
just-
they're not there at all.
They're there because we need them, because we slaughter them. If the food industry wasn't as big as it is, there wouldn't
There just
that
wouldn't be
many
so
I
many
mean,
cows
there
and
would still be animals and stuff out there.
Yeah, but
But what if
they would
because
kill each
we're trying to produce we need
Now
all the
we're
land.
doing the discussion.
But now
I love
but
it, I
now-
love it, yeah,
But now
yeah.
we need all of the land for agriculture, and the
Yeah.
animals
No,
cannot
but
live
we
off the
also
land
have
themselves.
extra land to build houses on.
Yeah.
Because you'll
I
get
mean,
more land. and then
theoretically,
you have
with
more.
how many people there are.
Like, can I give you actually you've seen the Minion. Watch the Minion. Watch the Minion. Watch it once and see kind of what I speak about because
on
I know
Netflix?
it's on YouTube.
Oh.
Like, it may seem like we have this relationship with animals where we are providing them with food and they give us sustenance back, as you imagine, and at some point we kill them. And whether we not would discuss killing them as the right way or the wrong way, let's put that on the side. But if you look at what exactly happens to animals, you'll be surprised and shocked that you will say, hell no, I don't want to be part of this. That's what happened to me. I said I don't want to be part of it, and I just chose to not be part of it.
This
Then
is what my first question was about.
Yeah.
That I said in the beginning. Is it really? Are you against all of it, or just how it's going now?
No,
and
I'm
it's
just
out
saying.
of hand?
Well, obviously, after you realize after you watch this, and then you kind of question it, you question, well, wait a minute, why is this wrong? Why is factory farming wrong? All of you think factory farming is wrong.
I got a question.
Yeah.
If you were a hunter gatherer, would that change the dynamic then?
So it all of it boils down to the idea of options, right? If you have another option, choosing to exploit or kill an animal is wrong regardless, right?
Right, but I just
If you
told you
have
what
a-
your option was. You're a hunter gatherer.
Yeah, so there's no
So
other
would you
option.
do?
So if you
well,
don't have, listen, if I'm on a deserted island and I'm somewhere where I have to kill animals to eat, I might kill animals to eat. Just like if I have to kill humans to eat, I might kill humans to eat. The whole point of it is that it's not. I'm not sitting
But
here
isn't
telling.
that what I said earlier?
It's not about sitting
If I
here and
have
telling
to?
people to starve or to. Yeah, but you said you have to. If you have to, in the
Then
case
he
of
said,
need,
then
is
why
a different
are you doing
thing.
it now? Because
Yeah.
now you don't have.
Now
to.
you don't have to.
Because
That's
it's
the whole
alternative.
point. Yeah.
I don't like the taste of the alternatives. I think that maybe in 5 years, when a fake burger tastes the same as a real burger, I'll become a vegan.
But you gotta ask yourself if that taste
Is it worth
difference
it?
is worth
It
it,
is also
right?
Good question.
It is. The food tastes
We're going
different
now.
here
I'm
than
gonna
in
cut it
America,
up right
so.
here. Thank
Cool.
you for your time.
Yeah.
I
Bye.
think it's
Watch
really
the Minion, okay?
Do you have a?
I'll give you a card. I'll give you a card. And you also have a thing there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan. Okay? You just gotta scan that QR code.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Have a good one. Marcus, thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you for the tip. Thank you for doing all the hard work for us, the keyboard activists. Marcus, I would argue you guys also have a hard job. By the way, look at my sweat stains. Look at this. I'm all stressed out here speaking to people. Marcus, I thank you so much, and I think somebody else also sent a super chat. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I was a bit harsh on her, but I think being a little bit harsher helps, because afterwards the conversations that they were having amongst each other here was interesting. They were kind of advocating for each other and understanding the point. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put my jacket on. And everybody, if you're enjoying this, hit that subscribe, hit that like. Maybe you want to see more of me or of everything that I do. Ciao, guys. Any frustration you have with me, don't take it out on animals, okay? Okay. Cheers. Chip looks hot, says my wife. Thank you so much. I am hot. That's why, hence the sweat stain. I'm okay. I'm funny looking. I'm a bit different looking. It's okay. I acknowledge that I'm a bit different looking. My body's okay. Yeah, thank you for that. I love how it's spring weather there. Yeah, all of a sudden, just yesterday it started. Yesterday it was rainy though. Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
What are your guys' names?
I'm Sam.
Sam, nice to meet you.
I'm Claire.
Claire, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you guys. So, let me ask you, how do you feel about animals?
Oh, I love them.
You love animals?
I love them too.
Okay.
I'm a big dog guy.
You're a big dog guy. Do you have any pets or something?
No, not anymore.
I have a dog.
You have a dog?
Yeah.
Well, what's their name?
Nala.
Nala. Is her?
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me something about Nala that is specific to her personality?
She is becoming a therapy dog. She's a very sweet, gentle dog.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Do you see Nala as a member of your family, or do you see her as an object?
Definitely a member of the family.
Definitely a member of the
Yeah.
family. Okay. Do you think that behind those eyes there's a somebody?
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
Okay, interesting. So, do you know what we call that? We call that sentience.
Yeah.
That they have emotions, they have feeling, and they have a subjective experience of the world. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So you acknowledge that Nola has that, right?
Yeah.
Do you think all animals have that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about and I'll ask you, what about the animals that we farm, the animals that we exploit, that we use for food, for clothing? Do you think they also have this personality? There's somebody behind those eyes.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you consume animal products? I'm not judging, by the way.
No, a bit. Yeah.
A bit, yeah. So do you think that then would it be wrong to, is it wrong to consume animal products then? Because when we consume animal products, we put animals like that, individuals basically, through slaughterhouses, through.
No, I don't love it. I don't love it.
Yeah, you don't love it.
No.
So then what is keeping you, and I'm not judging, I used to be part of it too.
Yeah.
What is keeping you from going vegan and not participating in any of it?
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think you need protein.
Do you think
But
you
there's
can't get
other
protein
ways.
from
Like,
yeah.
yeah, but like it's like it tastes good and stuff, of course. I think as well, it's like those animals are treated and like being breeded, basically being bred to be consumed
They're not
And
like
it-
pets.
as food. So
do
I feel
your
like-
values say it's okay to breed somebody into existence just for the sole purpose of killing them for something that is optional? Because
Yeah.
it gives you taste pleasure?
Of course, it's not great. It's definitely not. But I think the pleasure you get out of it is a lot better. Of course, opinion and like how you feel about it varies between others.
But do you think in situations of oppression like it is this one, do you think we should consider how you feel, how the pleasure that you get? Or do you think we should consider the whole picture of also the victim on the other side of it?
I mean, yeah. I also think
Yeah.
it's hard, like,
Yeah.
so I'm from America, and so, like, it's so big there to consume and mass product and, like,
Yeah.
all the organizations that do it. I think it's harder when it's more socially acceptable. I think I agree with everything you're
Yeah,
saying.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
I
yeah.
agree completely, but
Yeah.
I think the issue is that it's so overdone and so acceptable that
Yeah.
it's hard to.
But do you think
Not saying it's right, but
Yeah, but like, do you think that, because if you're saying it's not right, it's kind of an injustice towards
Yes.
animals, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that if we were to go back 200 years, there were other injustices that everybody was part of?
yeah,
Like
to some degree.
slavery,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah.
women not being emancipated, right?
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
Like, and do you think that how do you feel about yourself? Do you think, were you to be born in those times, do you think you would have stood up to slavery and said, no, I don't want to have a slave? Or do you think would have done exactly like everybody else does?
I would like to think I would have stood up to it.
So we come back to
Yeah.
today, right?
Yeah,
we come
no,
back
yeah.
to today.
I agree with everything you're saying. I do.
I agree too. I think it's just very hard now because, like she said, it's so like accepted and becomes such a norm in society that.
And also, it's not like it's your pet. Like,
Yeah.
there's a blindness to
Yeah.
it. It's not like your
Yeah.
pet that you're then go killing. It's like you're at a restaurant and you don't need to see.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's.
There's a blindness to it where people can be naive and just say,
yeah. I mean, I like to tell people that that like, animal agriculture kind of like pulls a curtain on us.
Yeah.
They don't really show
They do.
us, but we know that it's happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it happens behind those curtains. And just because we
Yeah.
don't see it, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
yeah.
exactly.
No,
And,
yeah.
and we need a little bit of consciousness and a little bit of will to change that for ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think in time people follow, and in time animals also
definitely.
get
No.
more
Definitely,
animals
yeah.
get exploited for you. Right?
Yeah.
No, definitely.
So it's not that I blame you for what has happened in the past, but that's why I want to have these conversations
No.
with people, to bring it up to people, to remind them of
Yeah.
what they're paying for, and to hopefully get you to change. Because I don't know, you seem to have good values. You seem to have values that are on par with
Mm-hmm.
veganism, that say no animal should be exploited for me, therefore I should not eat them.
Yeah.
I should not wear their skin or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then why not just go directly
Yeah.
there? in
No,
that
yeah.
direction?
No,
No,
you're
I
right.
think you're bringing up a
You're
great.
definitely right.
Yeah.
Agreed. Also, your battery.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I think you're bringing up a great discussion,
Okay,
and I'm
hold
glad
it
you're
for a
doing this.
second.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
having some issues with the battery, yeah.
No, you're good.
Yeah. I mean, I bring up these issues, and it's important, of course, that we discuss these things.
Yeah.
But it's also important that people change on their own, because
Yeah.
if we just have conversations, they don't mean
Yeah.
a lot, right? Actions is what speak
For
louder
sure.
than words.
You can bring a horse to
no,
water,
okay.
but you can't make him feed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you this one hard question, and
Okay.
I'll let you go. How
Okay.
many more animals should be exploited for you before you change?
Yeah. Wow. That's
How many do you want?
I think if
obviously
you
as
took
little as
my,
possible.
I think if you took like my dog, 100%.
Yeah, as little as possible.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be zero.
Yeah.
How many more animals
No,
like your
I
dog
know,
should be, right?
I know. I know.
Yeah.
You know that these animals are all also just as innocent as your dog.
Yeah,
As you
yeah.
say, she wants to be a therapy dog.
Yeah.
And the thing is, cows, chickens, pigs, they put their trust in us.
Yeah.
We bring them to life. But then, I don't know. Let's just put it this way. Do you know what happens to dairy cows?
In what degree?
Do you know why do cows produce milk?
Because they're literally extracted from them.
Yeah. But why is it the biological reason why they? Why would you produce milk, for example?
Oh, for your kid.
Exactly, right? So do you think they decide to get pregnant on their own, or do you think farmers decide for them?
Farmers
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah, so farmers forcefully impregnate them.
Mhm.
The procedure goes like, the standard procedure is that somebody puts their hands in their anus to hold their cervix,
Yeah.
and then they inject bull semen in their vagina.
Yeah.
And if we were to do that to a human being, how would we call it?
Yeah.
That would be right.
Yeah. And after 9 months, when the babies are born, what happens? What do you think happens to them?
The cow gets killed.
Well, the babies. The first thing that happens
to
is
the babies. you
Yeah.
mean? Oh, sorry. I mean, the same thing happens. They get put through the same process to get to that age to being fed, so they can eventually follow the steps of their mother, or then be killed and then be sent to a slaughter, a
You're
meat
pretty on
thing.
point there. So the first thing that happens though is they separate them, because they need to
Oh,
control
yeah.
how much milk they drink.
Yeah.
Some farmers still feed them some of the milk, but not like they don't connect with their mother. They
No,
just
yeah, that's
they
not
milk
from the mother.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
milk
Yeah.
her. Yeah. So that's one thing, which to me is fucked up, to take the baby away from a mother directly when
Yeah.
they're born.
Definitely.
And if they're born male, they get killed because they're useless to the industry. If they're born female, every year forcefully impregnated, just like their mothers, have their baby stolen from them and then
Yeah.
exploited for their milk. And when they can no longer be impregnated, they get killed, because they only get in heat once a year, and it would take a whole another year to try to get pregnant again.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes they're wrong about it, and they get sent to slaughter. And when they slaughter them, they find out that they were pregnant and they have babies. Then they have to slaughter the baby from the wound. Also, it's a whole messy thing.
Yeah.
But they get this slaughter happens around the age 6 to 8, and they can live up to 24, 25 years. So a quarter of their life spent miserably being exploited, raped, killed, with their babies killed.
Yeah.
This is the life of dairy cows, and it's
Yeah.
the same for almost all other animals in animal agriculture. And I think you just got to ask yourself, do you want to support this? Because when you buy animal products, you tell the
You support
farmer,
it.
do more of this so that I
Yeah.
get that product. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you think it's wrong, because and I assume you do.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
It definitely is wrong. It's not good.
Yeah.
Not good at all. But
This is good. I'm glad you're doing this for people.
yeah, no.
Thank you
it's-
for having
it's
this
definitely
conversation.
Great
Of course.
awareness. It's
Yeah.
definitely very good awareness.
Yeah.
Educative.
And while you're in Amsterdam, I recommend you try the vegan restaurants because they are better anyway.
Yeah.
They're not tourist traps. You're gonna have a lot of good food and. Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Yeah.
Let me give you some resources to help you.
Okay,
I'll just
thank
give you
you.
one card.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah,
I
thank
recommend you watch either Dominion or The Most Important Speech. You just gotta scan this
Okay.
QR code
Okay,
here.
cool. Yeah.
And one thing there's a thing there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day.
Yeah.
They help you go vegan for free.
Oh wow.
You just gotta subscribe. That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Perfect.
Thank you so
very much.
You
Thank
guys
you.
gonna go
This is great.
vegan? No more animals exploited for you. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
I appreciate you
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a good one. I'm gonna cry on my milk now, says somebody, Eric. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good conversation. But I didn't get that. Oh yeah, I got it feeling. I didn't get that. Yeah, sure, we'll change or something. Yari asks, "Hey Chip, will you be there tomorrow?" Probably not, because tomorrow it will be raining, as far as I saw. So, actually, not probably. I'll just say it. No, I'll be here on Sunday though. Wait, that person, high speed, low drag, says, Chip, you have animal byproducts in your home. What animal byproducts do I have in my home that you know of? And the question is, did I have alternatives for those products? It's so funny, it's so funny to me that you tell somebody, hey, you are participating in something and you can choose alternatives. And that somebody says, yeah, but you're not perfect. Look at you. Why are you doing this? I mean, come on. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit what I do? Who gives a shit? I'm not here to. I try to lead by example, but this isn't about that. This is about the argument itself. This is about the argument that it's wrong to exploit animals. It doesn't really matter what I personally do. It matters that it's wrong to exploit animals. It matters that you ask yourself the question, do you support animal exploitation? I don't. I try to avoid it as much as possible and practicable. That's the whole idea, as much as possible and practicable. If it's impossible to avoid animal exploitation, it's impossible. I'm not saying you should die or not live, live your life, but still try to not exploit animals. Try to be realistic and honest with yourself and reject animal exploitation. Reject the idea that animals are here for you to exploit. They're not. The animals are here they're with us. They're not for us. They're here just like everybody else. Hey, Karina, nice to see you here. So don't be thinking about solutions on how you can exploit animals, but think of solutions on how you can stop exploiting animals. Nobody's saying the world is perfect. We're not saying there's shit happening all across the world. You're probably buying a product that inherently involves some form of exploitation, whether that's human, animal, or whatever. That doesn't mean you get to do it more, or that you get to participate in more, or that you get to, you should try to find ways to improve on that, not to find ways to show that everybody who tries to find these ways is wrong, or no, you're wrong. See, you can't be perfect, therefore I get to exploit and kill how many I want. No, that's not the point, okay? You have a leather shoe. Wow, that's so wrong. That's so wrong. On so many levels. No, I don't have any leather shoes, man. I have plant-based leather shoes. If you want, I bought them this year. You can't address war without peace. No, his shoes are not made of somebody's skin. Yeah, my shoes right now. Look at this. These shoes? What are you talking about, man? These are from Vessi. They are vegan. Like and subscribe and go vegan. That's well said, the vegan plan. No excuse for animal abuse. Go vegan. Exactly. Yeah. Chip, how many animals die farming soy? High speed, low drag. Oh, I see you moved on. High speed, low drag. You know what, high speed, low drag? I'm not even going to answer your question. You know why? Because you don't actually listen. So you don't actually care. You know why? I'll just say it. You know why? Because you don't actually care to find out what we stand for. You're just here to show that, to prove us wrong. You're just here to prove us wrong, not to actually listen to the argument. You're not here to engage with it. Hence why when I explain to you about the shoes, now you move on to another thing. You see? You're not really interested in an argument. It's ridiculous. What a ridiculous statement. Crop that's really. I'll answer it for everybody else, but not for you, okay? I'll answer it for absolutely everybody else in this chat, but not for you. So this answer, if anybody is concerned about crop deaths, I'll explain, but definitely not for that person that asked, but for everybody else. So everybody else, please listen. Well, I can say everybody listen because you know what? That person's not gonna listen anyway because he doesn't listen. So I'll just say it. You know what? The problem with crop deaths is that reality is, yes, it's awful that animals are killed in crop production. It is awful. It is. I would love for somebody to be fighting for this. But that's not something that is up to the consumer, is it? First of all, right? Crop deaths is not an issue that the consumer can tackle. Because you know what? You gotta eat something. You got to. You have to eat, whether you eat plants or animal-based products. You have to eat something. So why not choose the option that essentially minimizes the harm, right? If you think about it that way. We can talk about all the other stuff behind it, and I'll explain a little bit more. You would be surprised to find out that animals in animal agriculture are actually fed most of the crops. So most of the crops grown for food are actually grown for animal feed. So therefore, any crop deaths that would occur for my food, monumentally more would occur for your food if you were to be consuming animal products. So why wouldn't you choose the option which kills the least animals, first of all? Second, it's not about killing. Believe it or not, veganism is not about killing. It's about rejecting the idea that animals are here for you to exploit. When you're farming crops and you're killing animals, you're doing it to protect your crops. You're not doing it because you want to kill the animals or because you think less of them. You're doing it to protect your crops. If a human being were to enter your crops and they would start eating or stealing, you might pull out a gun and kill them too. That's the difference, right? That doesn't mean that you can go around killing humans. You're doing it for protection. Whereas in animal agriculture, you're exploiting animals. The whole purpose of animal agriculture is animal exploitation, is to use animals, to farm animals, to use them, to exploit them. There you go. Look at this guy's weight, not healthy, says Sean. Oh, so funny. You know what? Your phalangle is blue. All phalangles should be green. Why is your phalangle blue? It's obviously from something you eat. It has nothing to do with DNA or genetics or anything. Your phalangle is blue. It should be green. That's kind of your argument. And phalangle is an imaginary organ that a being who is not human or any other type of being has. I don't know. I was just having fun last night thinking about this, and I thought I would bring it up on the live. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Hi. You want to try the social experiment?
Okay.
Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, sure. Hello.
What's your name?
Oscar.
Oscar. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Where are you from, Oscar?
Sweden.
Sweden. Oh, nice. Okay, so Oscar, you're very tall. I like that. So how do you feel about animals, Oscar?
I love them.
You love them. What is it that you love about them?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you think, would it be okay to exploit animals?
No.
No. So are you against animal exploitation?
Yes.
Do you think that in animal agriculture, animals are exploited?
Yes.
Do you think you can be against animal exploitation while simultaneously consuming animal products?
I think it depends, probably.
Wouldn't it be a contradiction? Because if you acknowledge that behind an animal agriculture, so behind animal products, there is animal exploitation, then when you choose to consume animal products, you choose to support animal exploitation, which you say you're against?
Well, it depends. I mean, a good farmer, gives his cows a place to live, a place to run around in nature.
And kills them.
And then kills them.
And rapes them.
and rapes them. It probably, I mean, there are different farmers out there. I don't think it's so black and white, maybe.
I mean, all animals are bred into existence by us, not by them, right?
Yeah, that's
we
true.
always control the reproduction system.
Yeah, that's true.
I would call that rape. If you don't want to call it rape, it's fine, but it's synonymous with rape or in the same ballpark, because we
Alright.
control their reproduction.
Yeah, that's maybe true. But if we didn't take care of the cows, they wouldn't exist.
Yeah,
That's
there you go.
another thing.
And do your values say it's okay to bring somebody to life for the sole purpose of exploiting and killing them?
No. But
So
I mean,
then
we
it
bring
would be
children.
better to not bring them to life,
We
right?
shouldn't bring children to life then, because it's full of hardships. But maybe the cows' lives are worth it, even though they also go through hardships.
I mean, I'm not an anti-natalist, so I don't believe that children should not be brought to life because of hardship per se. I do believe that we have too many humans on this world, so we should not be bringing humans to this world for that purpose. And there's enough children that need adoption that we should adopt first.
That's true.
But still, when we bring children to life, while it is selfish because we do it because we want like a progeny, it's a little bit different because afterwards we look after their best interest, we look after their own interest. Whereas when we bring them to life, we look after our own interest, right?
yeah.
And we use them and we exploit them for our own benefit and our own interest. We don't really regard their existence. Their existence is more or less a nuisance to farmers, right?
That's true. Well, yeah, I think we need a new revolution of farmers.
Yeah, plant farmers.
Plant farmers, maybe.
There you go, yeah. So you as an individual, do you think you have some form of responsibility in this matter?
Yeah, I'm a vegan.
You're a vegan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm also vegan. You're vegan already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you don't buy animal products?
No.
Why are you vegan?
Because I love animals.
There you go. Oscar is vegan. There you go. Can you tell everybody to go vegan, Oscar?
Go vegan, maybe. Who knows?
Is it hard to go vegan?
Well, yeah, probably. For some.
Was it hard for you?
No.
No.
Because I live from my heart. If you try to fight your desires when you don't have a bigger desire, it will be hard to overcome them.
I don't fully get that, but that's interesting.
Alright.
What do you mean in this context?
If you are not, if you don't have a strong feeling of love for animals, it will be difficult to get rid of your desires for
Interesting.
animals.
I actually don't. I don't have a strong love for animals. I just
You
think
don't?
no. I actually just think it's unfair to treat them this way.
Okay.
So for me, I actually have a strong connection with fairness and equality and stuff.
Like
so
integrity.
yeah, with integrity.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think it's fair to do this to animals. So I don't want to be part of it myself.
Yeah, then you have a bigger feeling of integrity than you
Yeah.
have your desire for eating meat.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Oscar.
Cheers.
Thank you for being vegan. And
Yeah. Love you guys so much.
ciao, have a good one. We're here to change mind. There you go. Doctor said I have to smoke cigarettes, says Sky. Hey Sky. Yeah, doctor said you have to smoke cigarettes, therefore you have to smoke cigarettes. Hey, are you gonna argue with a doctor? Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's funny because it's so funny that somebody in the chat said, "Oh, look at my weight. I look vegan." And then this person who is taller than me, who is bigger, well, not bigger, but just taller than me, comes and they're already vegan. So there you go. Stop it with the justifications, everybody. I'm not here to judge any of you. I'm here to challenge your preconceptions. Open your mind a little bit, people. Open your mind. I'm not that theatrical normally. Only when I do these streams I'm a bit more theatrical. But really, open your mind and try to see that everybody deserves respect. Everybody deserves a chance at life where they don't get exploited, abused. So if you think it's okay to bring animals to life, whatever, we can agree to disagree. But if you do that, look after their interest, not your interest, right? Animals are not here for you. They're not here for you to feel good about yourself, or for you to get some form of nutrition from them, or for you to wear their skin. They're not. They're just individuals who literally just want to live their life. You know, I would argue that if you would ask absolutely any farmer on this planet, if you ask them, would they rather their animals are not sentient? Would they rather that they can bring meat or any of these products without farming animals? I think a lot of people would choose that because nobody enjoys that process. Nobody enjoys. There's a lot of farmers who cry when they send their animals to the slaughterhouse. There's a lot of farmers who don't like what they do to animals, but they do it because they're in a position where they are. And you as individuals, you have choices. You can choose. You can choose for animals. You can choose for farmers. You can choose for slaughterhouse workers. You can choose for everybody. There's just so many people affected by this. It's an insane amount. So just stop it. Stop thinking about yourself only. Stop being a selfish asshole. I'm speaking to you who's not vegan, to you who's like trying to find all sorts of excuses. Stop it. Just look into it. You have a 3-minute video, by the way, in the description of this video. Watch that 3-minute video and just see a glimpse of what they go through, a glimpse. Because the reality is they go through far worse things. Green Guy Castro says, this is the truth, farmers are in a tough spot. They are, sadly, yeah. The microphone is a bit cranky, okay. Can you hear me okay now? Can somebody in the chat please confirm the sound? Can hear you much better. Okay, sound is good. I think it's because of the wind that the crackliness is because of the wind. Let me see if I put it this way. Maybe it's a little bit better. But I don't know how to put it. There's a pretty strong wind. My only problem with veganism is that it protects mosquitoes. What? So you exploit and slaughter innocent beings because veganism protects mosquitoes? Can you walk me through that logic, please? Walk me through that logic. I don't see that logic. Please walk me through it. I'm out of sync now. Okay, let me try it again. The sound is delayed yet again. How about now? Is it still delayed? I don't know what to do about sound being delayed, to be honest. Delayed. Insane. Okay, let me think. Give me a second. Is it better now? No delay here, says Nana Blue. You guys want to try a social experiment? It's better now. Okay. Better but crackling. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about the crackling. Let me change the microphone. Crack is gone now. It's good. It's good. Okay. The logic is that mosquitoes are assholes, but your ideology values them. I'm fine with veganism, just exclude mosquitoes. Okay, so then just be vegan and exclude mosquitoes. That's fine. There you go. That's it. Do that. Skyjack Morgan says, wait, are people breeding mosquitoes? Yeah, that's a good question. Are people breeding mosquitoes? I don't know. It crackles when the sound is louder. Are people eating mosquito eggs? Asks Sky. That's also a good question. You can try to keep mosquitoes out of your house. You can try to defend yourself against mosquitoes. Nobody's saying you shouldn't do that or you can't do that. Hi. You want to try the social experiment?
Yeah, sure.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Okay.
What's your name?
Anirudh.
Anirudh?
Anirudh. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from India.
India. Okay. So how do you feel about animals? Anirudh? Anirudh?
Yeah, Anirudh. How do I feel about animals?
Yeah.
Like in general?
Yeah.
I think they shouldn't be kept in the zoos.
Okay.
They actually deserve to be, you know, like
I love
roaming
that you
around in
started
the
with
wild.
that. Yeah.
And there are these cages, like there are just these cage trucks in China which actually go through the jungle, and instead of the animals, you are in the cage. So that is, you know, how you get first-hand experience of how the animals feel if they're in the zoo.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So why shouldn't animals be in cages?
They shouldn't be in cages because just because we have a more developed brain doesn't give us the right to exploit someone. So maybe that's what.
So are you against animal exploitation?
Yes, and I think I'm a hypocrite because I also consume non-vegetarian food.
Ah, here we go. We get to it.
Yes, so like
Yeah.
I know that, you know, my point may not be that valid
Yeah.
coming out of my mouth, but
So why is it that? Because that's where I'm going with, right? Like you say you're against animal exploitation, but can you really be against animal exploitation if you support it, if you pay for it?
no, but I think the ones like the non-vegetarian food we eat is supposed to be eaten like they are actually bred that way. They do suffer. I'm not saying they will not suffer.
So if
in
I
the
bred for
cages.
an animal to, if I bring an animal to life specifically to keep them in a cage, is that okay?
No, definitely not.
So then why would it be okay to bring them to life to exploit them would be okay?
Good question.
Right.
I think they're not paid attention that much because they are not extinct or at least endangered yet. So
Yeah.
maybe that's not like just because they are in such a large quantity, they're not given the same importance as tigers are given. Maybe.
But let me ask you this because I'm getting this feeling about you and I'm curious because like do you think that if you were in their shoes would it be okay for somebody to breed you to exploit you?
No, definitely not.
No. Would it be okay for somebody to give a purpose on your life or on your body or on yourself and
No,
use you for that?
Definitely not.
No. But do you think that's exactly what we do to them?
Yeah. we do.
Yeah. So then I want to bring it to this because a lot of the times when we think about animals, we say we love them, we say we respect them, but then we see when we use this argument that we bred them for that purpose, isn't that already messed up to do
It
so?
is. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, and I guess that's the reason I actually told like I'm a hypocrite in
Yeah,
that manner.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I actually know what I'm doing, so it doesn't make it right just because
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Like I do agree with you. It's just that the temptation is too much. Like the food is too much. Like that's
But
all.
do you feel tempted to exploit dogs?
No.
No.
Not
So
at
why
all.
is it tempting to exploit all these other animals?
I don't know.
Yeah. But like I just want to ask you because your values sit one place. Do you think it matters what we say our values are, or do you think it matters what our actions are?
The actions definitely matter more.
Yeah,
They
because if I say I
definitely do.
respect women, but then I go around beating women,
Yeah.
it's not really respecting women, right?
That's hypocrisy again.
Yeah, it's hypocrisy again. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what is it that you want to do? Because I don't care what happened in the past. I used to be part of it too. But what happens is going forward. Do you want to be part of this exploitation of animals, or do you want to stop? Because you can always choose. I understand there's temptation, as you say, but you gotta ask yourself where your values lie, right? Like, is temptation really that important?
So I think like currently I'm learning 3D printing.
Yeah.
And they actually now print meat with the cells, and the cells don't feel pain because they are not
no,
not
yeah,
connected to any
it's about
brain.
the sentient individual.
Exactly. So I guess if that is developed, then
But until
everybody
that,
can have a good time.
But until that is developed, how many more animals need to be exploited before you change?
Yeah, that's true.
How many more animals should be exploited on your behalf before you change?
At least I should be making sure that I don't exploit any.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
it should be zero, right?
Exactly.
So you should go vegan. Do you know what being vegan means?
Yep, definitely I do.
What is it?
That not using any type of animal products like milk or yogurt, because like you're exploiting him in some way. Even if you don't kill the cow, you have to make her pregnant over and over again just to extract the milk.
And
from
they
her.
are also killed, coincidentally. But
Exactly.
Yeah. So, by the way, being vegan literally just means being against animal exploitation. Like you say
Exactly.
you are.
Exactly.
It's just that obviously as a consequence of that, you don't consume their flesh.
Yeah.
You don't consume products that come from their exploitation
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you don't want to support them being exploited, right?
Exactly.
So it just sounds like to me like you align with the values,
Yeah.
but your actions are somewhere odd.
Definitely.
So do you want to align your actions with your values,
Definitely, man.
or do you
I-
want to
I
be
definitely
do you
it.
want to be an excusitarian and find
Nah,
all
nah,
sorts
nah.
of ways?
I definitely want to.
So are you gonna go vegan?
I'll definitely give my best. I'll at least go vegetarian first. Vegan might be a long shot, but someday.
But vegetarians still
Yeah.
exploit animals, as you say. You know,
Exactly.
dairy cows are still forcefully impregnated.
Maybe that is how I
killed.
actually start making some
Yeah.
change, and I reach there in some days.
But what
Let's
if you
see.
were in their shoes? What would you want the other person to do? Would you want the other person to say, you know what? Let's exploit him a little bit more, and then we'll see.
No. I guess being vegan is a better option.
Yeah, I mean it's the only option to be against it. Being vegan literally means being against animal exploitation, as I said.
That's true.
So it's the only way to be against animal exploitation
Exactly,
because it's a
exactly.
definition of it, right?
That's true.
So
Well,
yeah.
I'll definitely.
Okay, let me
do
give
it.
you some resources to help you out because I don't know. I don't.
Okay. Perfect.
If you scan this QR code or go on this website and type in this code,
Okay.
you have a thing there called the most important speech you'll ever. Sorry, yeah, it's typed here, the
Yep.
most important speech you'll ever hear. But you also have a thing there called, which I urge you to watch. You will
Okay.
enjoy it, and it will incentivize you to understand about eggs also.
Okay.
And I urge you to. You have their Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you
Mhm.
recipes every day. They help you go
Mhm.
vegan, all of it for free.
Perfect. I'll do
So,
it. I'll
okay.
definitely do it. Thanks, man. It was
Thank
lovely
you. You
talking
also
to
have my social media there if you wanna. If
I'll
you have
check out.
any experience,
I'll definitely
any good
check
or
out.
bad experience, contact me. Okay.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Cheers. Have a good one. Not bad. Hey, high speed, low drag. Did you hear this individual? High speed, low drag. Did you hear this individual who said that they're against animal exploitation? Did you see that? Did you hear all the conversations, high speed, low drag? Did you hear how people are against exploiting animals? How people respect animals? Do you think you respect animals, high speed, low drag? I'm picking on you specifically because you're the person trying to find excuses. Hmm? I did not see your question. And I don't think your question matters because it will just be another question to try and justify exploiting animals, right? Let me guess. McDonald Family Adventure says, I respect animals when they're on my plate. McDonald's Family Adventures, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that you don't respect animals. Imagine saying, I respect women when they're in my bed. That's such a fucked up thing to say. That's such a disrespectful thing to say. David asks me, Chip, are you coming to VARC? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Money isn't the best at this moment. The stock market is kind of shit. And I don't want to... I work, but I work part-time. I don't want to have to work full-time because I want to continue dedicating my for animal rights, so my time for animal rights. Sky says, it's hard to have patience with people who are okay with slavery. Yeah, 100% Sky. It's hard to have patience with that. And also, high speed, low drag. You just proved my point. You literally proved my point. You just came after I said that, what question? And I said it's probably just something to justify continuing exploiting animals. And you literally called me a hypocrite afterwards. Like without explaining why I'm a hypocrite. And that's the thing. I kept asking you why, but you can't seem to explain. Whereas whenever I have conversations with people, I don't just throw around words. I literally explain to them why I say these words, you know? Like people, you see this guy was sitting here just now. He literally knew why he was a hypocrite. He said he was a hypocrite. High speed, low drag. I ask legitimate questions and you throw sad attempts at insults. I have not insulted you one single way, high speed, low drag. If you don't like me narrating what it is that you do or your thinking process, then perhaps you should prove me wrong that your thinking process is different. Because as far as I see, you have hopefully listened to at least 2 or 3 conversations since you've been here, and yet you have still come up with exactly the same excuses to continue exploiting animals. But you just gotta ask yourself, is it really okay to continue exploiting animals? Oh my God, Martin, thank you so much. Oh, Martin. Thank you so much. And high speed, low drag yet again says, well, you proved you wrong. I proved you wrong. What does your sign say? My sign says, I'm doing a social experiment. Come talk to me. It's mirrored, sadly. YouTube mirrors it. Awesome, Martin, for sending a tip. Thank you so much, Martin. How many animals died to make that smartwatch? I bet it was more than 0. Yeah, just as I thought. You see? Thank you for proving my point. Oh no, this is a different person, the Story Lab. It's just so difficult, by the way, to see who it is sending exactly the same questions, exactly the same statements. Because you know what? The reality is, all the arguments against veganism are so been debunked, have been so heard through that it's insane. But you know what? I'm here. I'll have some patience and I'll explain to you. You know what? Yes, perhaps some animals have died in the production of this watch, right? I mean, the thing is, this watch is pretty old, first of all, and you would be surprised to find out that this watch was actually bought secondhand. But hey, that doesn't really matter, right? Because the question is, do I have alternatives? Do I? Well, I could have probably not buy the watch, right? But then again, it was secondhand, as I said. But let's put it this way. 3 times per day, you make choices where you exploit and slaughter innocent sentient beings, right? I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to stop making these choices. I'm asking you to choose otherwise. I'm not saying you should be a perfect person. Like, obviously none of us are. Obviously we're all, when we're buying certain products, we are supporting forms of exploitation of humans or animals in meanwhile. But when we have alternatives, shouldn't we choose the alternatives? Don't we have a moral obligation to choose the alternatives? The Story Lab, I'm not really interested in your opinion. Again, your opinion means 0 to me. I'll tell you, like I tell everybody, the Story Lab, I don't really care about your opinion. I know that veganism is the moral stance to have. Even if, let's say, let's assume it this way, right? I'll just put it this way. I'm a hypocrite, as you say, right? Let's put it this way. I'm a hypocrite. Whatever, I'm doing something wrong. How does that morally justify you forcing animals into slaughterhouses? How? How is that justified? Please explain to me. Plants are also alive. Go eat a bacon sandwich. I mean, Red Brick, interesting question. Not question, but rather statement. The reason why it's wrong to harm animals, just like the reason why it's wrong to harm humans, is not on account of their species, but rather on account of their individuality, on account of their fact that they're sentient, the fact that they have a consciousness. That's why it's wrong to harm them. Is it wrong to harm plants? I believe you should also not harm plants, if that's the case. But in a sense, you know, when you're buying animal products, you're actually harming way more plants, because those animals are fed plants. And surprise, surprise, they're actually fed way more plants than you would have otherwise been fed, because they are bigger animals. And of course, what was it, the principle of thermodynamics, that you cannot put in more energy, you cannot put in the energy that you put into the system, you cannot get more than that amount of energy. So any plant that an animal eats can never give up more energy. So every amount of energy that an animal eats cannot possibly give out more energy, right? So if we were to eat those plants alone, we could get at least the same amount of energy. But we would be getting more, because obviously bodies are inefficient. There's a lot of loss through heat and other stuff. But yeah, whatever. I digress. I don't think the Story Lab is worth discussing with. Hi. I just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit. Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Hello.
What's your name?
Marcus Holman.
Marcus?
Holman.
Holman.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Marcus, how do you feel about oppression?
Oppression. It's a hard question.
Let me ask you, do you think if somebody has power over you, should they have the right to oppress you?
No.
No. What if they benefit from oppressing you?
No, still no.
No.
Yeah.
And what if they drug you so that you don't realize that they're oppressed?
don't know.
No, okay. So you realizing, so if they do it in a way that you don't realize that you're oppressed, it's still wrong to oppress you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, okay. What if they say they have a different skin color than you and they're superior to you? Would it be okay to oppress you?
Of course not.
No. What if they're bigger than you? Or they walk differently than you? Would it be okay to oppress you?
No.
No. So then physical characteristics that somebody is born with are not good enough justifications to oppress somebody, are they?
No.
So what about animals? Do you think is it okay to oppress animals?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you think that we are oppressing animals when we're forcing them into slaughterhouses for products that are essentially optional to us?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you participate in this ritual of sending animals to slaughterhouses for optional products?
I think so.
Do you consume animal products?
Yeah, yeah.
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 So then let me ask you, do you think you can be against oppression while at the same time you support oppression?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to continue supporting oppression?
I will think about it.
You'll think about it?
Yeah, yeah.
So does that mean the part of you wants to continue oppressing?
It's difficult to try to not eat meat, you know?
Why?
I don't know, something you born, like, since I was a kid, you eat meat every day.
Did you drink your mother's milk when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Was it difficult to get off of your mother's milk?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Do you crave it now?
No.
No, so it doesn't matter. It's only difficult for a little period and then it becomes easy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So do you think is it worth changing just so that you don't oppress others?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
So how many more animals should be oppressed on your behalf?
I think no one.
No one?
Yeah.
You gotta go vegan. Do you know what being vegan means?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
No oppressing animals.
Exactly. I love it. Yeah, it means no oppressing animals, and as a consequence, of course, you don't eat them, you don't wear them,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah. And it sounds like you're right there with values, but your actions are otherwise.
Yeah, I think so.
So what do you want to do going forward? I'll ask you again.
I would try.
You'll try?
I would try. I would
Okay,
try.
let me give you some cards to help you with that.
Okay.
So you have a thing here called Challenge 22. You just gotta scan this QR code.
Okay.
They send you vegan recipes every day. They help you go vegan for free.
Okay.
And they hook you up with a nutritionist also.
Okay.
Okay?
Nice to meet you, Ro.
Okay. No more animals being exploited, okay?
Okay.
Have a good night. You too, okay? No more animals for
I'll
you.
think about it.
You think? No, don't think. Act. Don't think. Thinking does nothing. Eh. Eh. Mediocre conversation. It felt more like this felt like a discussion with ChatGPT, to be honest. This discussion with this young lad felt a little bit like a ChatGPT discussion, because I don't know, just felt like he agreed or didn't argue or didn't really put up points. Just said, "Huh, you might be right. Huh, you might be right." I didn't get anything from him, and I've learned that when I get this from people like that, there's no point in continuing conversations. Oh, we're getting a lot of classical people right now in the chat. Vintage 30. Vintage 30 was also in the previous chat. Well, I appreciate you being here again, Vintage 30, but I hope you consider your actions. He took off quickly probably because he knew. Yeah, Ali, I mean, some people are not worth the time, to be honest, sometimes. I mean, like, you try to explain, you try to go through it, but... Oh my God, somebody else donating. Thank you so much, Yeti. Chip going strong. Thanks for being such a strong animal defender. Thank you so much, Yeri. Thank you, Yeri. I appreciate that. My God, so many super chats. Oof. I feel blessed by this community. Awesome community. Chip is ripped. Yeah, I mean, I actually am. I'm doing pretty well with my bodybuilding stage. I'm actually working to. It's called my road to 200. I want to squat 200 kg. Yeah, I'm currently at 140 kg. I'm squatting 140. It's not a lot, but yeah, I'll get there with I don't know, in a year or so. You want to try a social experiment? Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah. No, asks me, do you have any religious or spiritual beliefs? No, I used to be Christian. I used to be Christian Orthodox. I do not. Hi, you guys want to try a social experiment? I do not believe in anything anymore. Just because there's a lack of evidence, and specifically for me, religion has been far more detrimental than it has been helpful. And I think in general, religion actually is more detrimental than it is helpful these days. Maybe at some point in our history it had a purpose, but nowadays it's just wrong. Everything is just used as a justification to commit horrific acts of exploitation, violence, everything. And I don't mean just towards animals, but really towards humans also. It's insane that women lose their right to their body autonomy in US because of religious things. It's insane that more and more I see it online that women are being disregarded, and it feels like we're going back in time towards where when women weren't really emancipated, where women need to stay at home because that's what white men want or something. I don't know. It's just insane to me, and I blame religion for all of it. I blame this belief that this hierarchical belief, this patriarchal thing, right? And I think religion is highly patriarchal, and I just dislike it a lot. Not to mention every other frustrations that religions create, right? You're not allowed to masturbate. Why the fuck not? People like to masturbate. You know what? Masturbation feels good. It hurts nobody. Can I just freaking masturbate alone? Ugh. Ridiculous. I was 16. I was religious. I couldn't masturbate. I had so much will. I was frustrated. I'll say it. It was frustrating. It was painful. I hate religion. I'm an anti-theist actually, but I'm not gonna go around telling people to not be religious because people take offense to that. So I don't see any purpose. As long as you're not pushing your religion on somebody, as long as you're not pushing your rational beliefs onto somebody, far be it from me. I don't care, as long as you're not hurting anybody else. You wanna try the social experiment?
Experiment?
Yeah.
No?
You wanna try it?
Yes.
Do you speak English okay?
A little.
A little. Can you come? Are you okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Good.
Okay. What's your name?
Adam.
Nice to meet you, Adam. Where are you from?
Poland.
Poland. I'm Chip. So, Adam, how do you feel about that?
What?
Chip.
Sheep.
I'm Chip. So, how do you feel about animals?
I like.
You like animals?
Yes.
How do you feel about exploiting animals?
Ale understand to me, jakby no animals,
Say it again.
jakby no animals, do you like animals?
Yes, I do like animals. Yes.
Yeah, but because some kurwa animals like dog, yes, wierniejszy niż sometimes people.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do this because the language barrier is too much. But let me give you a flyer just to help you out with to tell you. Here you go. This is what I'm here speaking of. I'm sorry. It's difficult. The language
No
barrier is too
problem,
big.
brother. No problem.
Have a good one.
Kurwa, you like animals? You like?
I'm Romanian. I know what kurva means. Let's not say kurva, okay?
Thank you.
Have a good one. Get yourself a nice warm oat milk latte when you finish. Oh, that's so nice, Emily. Thank you so much. He's drunk as fuck. Yeah, he was pretty drunk. I'll give you that. He's pretty walking sideways. Yeah, hence why I didn't really want to have a conversation with him. Kurva is a word of affection between pals. Yeah, it means whore in Romanian. Kurva means whore in Romanian. So, I don't know if that's what he was saying also. Whew. But he was Polish. I don't know if kurva means the same in Polish. If you're not religious, then is your morality, oh my God, these questions. Is your morality about this not just your own preference? If there's no God, then the universe doesn't care about suffering of a creature. Oh, brother, no. Oh, yeah. This question, I should realize that that's why you asked this dumb question. Hi.
What's up?
You want to try the social experiment?
Yeah, sure.
Are you okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, what's your name?
I'm Honor.
Honor. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Turkey.
Turkey.
Yep.
Okay. So, Honor. Good name, by the way. Honor.
Thank you.
How do you feel about oppression?
I don't really have any comments on oppression. I wouldn't. I don't know.
If so, do you think that if somebody had power over you, should they have the right to oppress you?
I mean, it may depend on the context in which they're oppressing me.
What do you mean? Is there ever a time when you think somebody oppression means cruel or unjust treatment or exercise of authority? It basically means if somebody has power over you, they can abuse their power over you.
Well, I mean, if someone has done bad, I think, just as the whole justice system is right now, I think people should have the right to be oppressed or put in prison for bad things that they did.
No, I mean like innocent people. We're talking about
Oh,
here,
hell
right?
no.
Like, I'm asking, should somebody? Have you done something bad? Why did you jump to that? Like, because I asked you if somebody who has power over you, should they have the right to oppress you? And you gave me as an example. Well, if somebody did something bad, they should be oppressed, as in put in jail. But I don't think that's oppression, because that's not cruel or unjust. That is actually justice being done, right? You're taking away their freedom because they did something wrong. So that is actually justice, not unjust.
Yeah, okay. Well,
So it's not oppression per se.
okay.
So do you think, again, I come back to the same question, if somebody has power over you, do you think they should have the right to oppress you?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know what. I don't really understand what you're asking me. I'm sorry.
You don't want to continue the experiment?
No, I'm good. Thank
Oh, okay. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
It's okay, some people don't get it. It's fine. Yeah, I'm not trying to push anybody in anything. Now, to respond to your whole religious morality only comes from God bullshit. Morality does not only come from God, first of all. There is no God, so therefore, by your accounts, then there should be no morality, right? And what can I tell you? Morality is literally just a system that we as humans have built to explain how we could create a fair and just society, in a sense, right? Morality only exists if there's more than one individuals involved in it, right? There's no such thing as morality if it's only one individual involved, right? So therefore, morality only exists if there's another being there. And my values per se are, I live by the golden rule: do not do unto others what you wouldn't want done unto you. It's as simple as that. I do follow some normative ethics. I'm theoretically a deontologist. I ponder about morality a lot, but either way, morality is not, it's not something that, how should I put this? It's not objective. It's a little bit subjective. I would say it's more than anything, it's intersubjective. Yeah. But I don't think any of that really matters, you know why? Because it's about your values. And I don't know if you have seen this, but any person that I sit and talk to here, I ask them about their values. I don't go around saying, hey, these are my, I mean, I do say what my values are, but I ask them about their values. If morality is not objective, then eating animals can't be considered wrong or evil. No. As I said, as I was just saying now, but you don't seem to listen. You just seem to spew the same bullshit that every other person is spewing. And you're just trying to find excuses to justify exploiting animals. And it is triggering me a little bit. I'll give you that. You're the first person who has triggered me today. Let me tell you right here. The people that I speak to, and I'll ask you the same, are people who I put questions onto them for them to understand their own values, right? I question their own values, and I showed them that their values, that they don't live up to their own values, that their values are that it's wrong to exploit animals. That's it. It's pretty simple. Is it right to exploit animals for something that is optional to you? Do you think you can do whatever you want to an animal as long as you get some benefit from it? Ask yourself, is it? Can you do whatever you want to an animal if you get benefit from it? You don't have to put no in timeout. I don't care. Sometimes people trigger me, that's okay. So if you live on a farm, you're opposed to even raising chickens and cows for their produce. Live free or die. How, like, it's ironic that your name is called Live Free or Die, and you're asking if I oppose the idea of enslaving animals for your purpose. Yeah, I do. I think animals should not be enslaved. It's as simple as that. So if you live on a farm, you're opposed to even raising chickens and cows for their produce. Thank you. I'm being pretty cool, actually. Just want to have a convo and understand how you ground your worldview. Well, no, I don't ground my worldview based on religion. I don't ground my values don't come from what somebody said they should be, right? They don't come from a book who somebody said, this is the holy book and you should listen to what it says in this book. No, my values are values that I challenge. Well, obviously they've been bestowed onto me by society, the places I grew up in, all the external factors that have been there. But I have also been challenging them. Hi, you want to try a social experiment? I've also been challenging my values on my own. You know, I ask myself, well, why is it that it's, let's say, wrong to masturbate? It's not. So there you go. It's not wrong to masturbate. That's what my values say. Why is it that it's wrong to kill a human being? Is it wrong to kill a human being? Yes. Why? Because I try to empathize with them. If I were in their position, I wouldn't want that to happen to me. Okay, well, why is it wrong to kill an animal then? Well, same reason. If I were in their shoes, I wouldn't want somebody, if they had power over me, to just do it because they can. Oh, but I don't really, but they're a different species. We wouldn't be speaking the same language. We would have different body language. We would have different communication skills. Why would that matter? I would still not want to be exploited or killed by a different animal. Who cares? That doesn't really matter. So that's kind of my train of thinking. That's kind of my line of thinking. I don't see any reason. No, is that not just a feeling from our brain chemistry? No, everything is a feeling from our brain chemistry. You'll be surprised. Everything is. You just gotta question it. I know, Marcos. I saw you keep asking about the Bluetooth interference between microphone and watch. I don't think that is it, no. But let me put it this way. No, says, so none of it is objective at all. I don't believe that morality is ever objective. How could it be objective? Objective literally means devoid of any subject, right? Morality cannot be devoid of any subject. Morality is something we invented, and it's the values that we live by. You want to try a social experiment?
Yeah, sure.
What's your name?
Niels. And you?
Niels. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Niels.
Nice to meet you.
You want to come closer so that you're in view? Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
What?
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Cabing.
Say it again.
Cabing? What did you say? I didn't understand.
So I said, are you okay being live?
Oh, yeah,
for my
yeah.
YouTube
Yeah,
channel?
no problem.
Yeah,
Come to you. For me, it's
okay. How do you feel about animals?
For me, there is no difference with humans and animals.
Oh, okay. So do you
no
think?
species.
Yeah. So do you think it's wrong to exploit animals?
Yeah.
Are you vegan?
I could not say I'm vegan now. I would say I'm flexitarian, because I'm still good to my mom. I'm still need some, like, would say meat.
So you exploit some animals.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How can you be against exploiting animals if you exploit some animals?
It's hard because I'm students and I don't have like lot of money, so I try to do like at my level. So I know I still buy some stuff, but it's like a little bit. I still like eat meat like once or twice.
You live here in the Netherlands?
Hmm?
Do you live here in the Netherlands?
I live in Toulouse, France.
Ah, you live in Toulouse, France. Okay, because I'm just like, it's cheaper to be vegan than Western Europe.
Yeah, for sure.
So then, when you say that you don't have the money, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, not the money, like to buy, like, because if I don't know if I want to be like vegetarian or vegan, because I know that I like meat, but I want to treat it right.
So how can you?
I can go like to how do you say this?
But all the animals are exploited, right?
I would say
food?
yes. I would say yes.
Because we bring them to life for the sole purpose of killing them. Is that really okay with your values?
No. I understand. I understand. Like, you got me, because like if I say this, it would be the same like with human, but like now it's cannibalism, so it's like seen like its own another view, I would say.
Because they are the same as humans, as you
Yeah,
said. And
yeah.
I think there's differences, obviously, between a lot of animals and humans, just like there's differences between you and me. But I don't think that the differences matter. That's my point, right? I think we're the same as animals in all the ways that matter.
Yeah.
Like we all have consciousness, so it would be wrong to kill us because we have consciousness, because we're sentient, because we all of this. So
Yeah, but so we should do the same with animals, with us, like, but
so we should be not be
we should do like
exploited.
an experience like this where you show like humans like how they will be treated to feed animals, and
Yeah.
it will be the same because we eat animals, so we do the same with humans to give
Yeah.
to animals like to pig or stuff like this.
Yeah.
I know that they eat like everything.
But
So-
your values say that it's wrong to do it. So
Yeah.
so why not stop doing it?
I don't know. It's still like I like meat, and I know just like I just need time to like change. I don't know. I'm just like this now, and I'm trying. I know that I eat like a lot of vegetables. I'm learning kitchen because if you don't know how to cook, you will eat meat for sure because like
Yeah.
it's the easy way. You just on the.
Why not choose plant-based meat? It's also easy.
This is really expensive.
I don't know. I don't know how it is in
Like
Toulouse,
soy
France.
steak, it's like really expensive.
But like tofu, tofu's not expensive.
I never tried tofu. So
You never tried tofu?
No.
Tofu's amazing, man.
I know, but I never tried.
So tofu's like kind of like chicken in a sense. It doesn't really have a taste per se. You just have to whatever you put it in, it takes the taste of that. It's
Okay.
high in protein and it's low in calories. It's great for everything.
Okay, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I should try.
You should try tofu. There you go.
Is it expensive?
No, it's not. Tofu is probably cheaper than any meat. But
Whoa.
but let me ask you, because I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things when it comes to food. You gotta question yourself. But if your values say that it's wrong to exploit animals,
Yeah.
I come back to the same thing. And you know that there is probably a way you can do it. Why not try that way?
I think because I never tried it. It's like cigarettes. I want to stop like joints. I want to stop joints, but I stopped. It was a lot better, but I'm a lot addicted to it. So I went back on it, and I don't know if it would be the same with meat. I don't think I'm addicted to it, but like I don't know if like my brain will say, yeah, I need meat. Just my brain says it. Probably if I stop, my brain will not like think of meat and just
But
vegetable.
logically, do you think you need meat?
I don't think we need meat, but we need the protein inside. But we can do.
We can get protein from plants, yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, tofu is high in protein, for example.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, yeah. So, I don't know. It's so difficult when people agree with it. So you agree with it? You agree that it's wrong?
Yeah,
but you
but
just
I-
want to try it. But like, okay, how many more animals should be exploited for you?
How many?
More animals should be exploited for you before you change.
No one.
You
I
gotta
think
go
that's a good
vegan.
response.
Yeah, you gotta go vegan if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegan is probably like too much because you can't eat eggs. You can eat like cheese and stuff like this.
You can do whatever you want. You choose to not do that. But do you know why you choose to not do that? Do you know what happens to dairy cows, for example?
For what?
To dairy cows, the cows that produce milk.
No, I don't know.
So why do you think cows produce milk?
Probably because like humans, they have babies.
Exactly. Yeah. So do you think that they get pregnant on their own when they want to, or do you think farmers forcefully impregnate them?
I think they force them.
Yeah.
Because after they can sell and
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
still the same.
So what do you think happens when the babies are born?
There is a type of food named like we kill babies also.
Yeah, yeah. So, but the first thing that happens is they separate them from their mothers, so they don't drink the milk.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because otherwise they would drink the milk, you know. So they need to control how much milk they drink, and some farmers they feed them back some milk, but they still don't connect with the mother. They
Yeah.
just milk the mother, and
But you need to, like every animals and every also humans, animals like same. I would say animals for both for everyone's.
Yeah.
We need milk. We need to be like I don't know like the English name for it. Sevrage. It's in French. Sevrage. You know, you need like
on the first day of life.
Yeah, you need to have like 3 months or 4 months with your mom.
Yeah.
And like
farmers keep them on their first day of life. They separate them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's shitty. I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's like also like we are young and we don't know like everything. I know that I'm like more and more like learning and reading and stuff like this.
Yeah, yeah, that's why we're talking, right? So and also keep in mind that when your mother weans you off of breast milk, they do it for your benefit, right?
Yeah.
Whereas when we remove the babies from the mother of the cow, we do it for our
The
benefits.
benefits, yeah.
Yeah, in their detriment.
It's
also.
always the same. It's always for human benefits.
Yeah. So what happens is then, if the baby is born male, what do you think happens to them? They don't produce milk.
They are, I don't know, either
Killed.
they are killed or either they are like sent to the other farm to like make them grow and after like do other babies. I don't know.
They're mostly killed, yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, because they only need one to impregnate everybody, and that's
fucked.
and they don't even need it to have them on their farm. That's why a lot of the times they just, when they impregnate the cows, they use sperm from another male, and they put their hands in their anus, hold their cervix, and inject bull semen in their vagina.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
I
want to
didn't-
see it? Because I have footage on me to see this.
I can see it, but I don't know if.
Hold this. I
Okay.
love it that you want to see it.
Just to be informed because it's not like great to do this
Yeah, exactly. Hold me a second.
because like for us it's like we ask. It's like we can do this. You know, it's like
I love that you want to get informed.
Yeah, always.
You're my favorite person today. I'll just put it this way so that people there also maybe they
want to see.
Okay, so this is for dairy, right? So as I was telling you, so they use this big glove, as you see. And yeah, then they hold the cow and yeah. See, and now they're putting their hand in their anus, yeah, and they're
Yeah.
injecting bull semen in their vagina.
Oh wow. Oh.
Yeah, and afterwards, see, after they're born, sometimes they have a little bit of time with their babies,
Yeah,
but then they get
sometimes.
separated. Yeah, and it's up. They always get separated, always. Yeah, and of course it's nothing nice for cows.
wow.
Some people justify it by saying, well, cows don't care. They do care. You know?
Yeah, they do care. You can see it.
Yeah.
They're like around and they.
Yeah, they run.
Look. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes they even like they even try to protect their babies so that they don't take them away. It's yeah, and this is standard practice again. Yeah. So then the babies, these are the males. They get kept. You see, and they get.
Yeah.
They're useless to the industry. In Netherlands, 1,200 farms were just letting them starve to death. It's insane, yeah. So there's a lot of them who actually get starved to death, and then
Oh
they
wow,
get,
that's
they,
more horrible. Like
Yeah.
everything is horrible. Just
Yeah, this is how they kill them. They hang them by their legs and then cut their throat.
oh no, no, this type of
Yeah,
This
yeah. I
is
mean,
like yeah.
And if they're female, the same thing happens, where they get forcefully impregnated, like their mothers, and after 6 to 8 times of impregnation, obviously no body was made to be repeatedly impregnated.
Yeah.
So what happens is after 6 to 8 times, they cannot get pregnant anymore, so they get sent to a slaughterhouse because they only get pregnant in heat. They're in heat once a year, so
Yeah.
it would take another year for them to get pregnant again, and that would be costly to feed an animal the whole year. So they get sent to a slaughterhouse. But sometimes they're wrong about it, and in the slaughterhouse they slaughter cows that actually have babies in them, and then they have to slaughter the babies also. It's a solar shit show. It's a shit show.
Yeah, that's so fucked and
Yeah.
just humans destroying the planet. Like
Destroying the planet, and worse than that, disregarding individuals, because I think animals are individuals just like us, right?
Yeah.
And to disregard them this way, to say it's okay to do this to them because I don't know, I get some form of pleasure from it or I like it, it's wrong, isn't it?
yeah, because like we have like the same system. They have a heart, they have a brain, they have everything like us. You just like walk on 4 feet and just like us.
Yeah,
And I'm still like thinking now of your question why I'm still eating food. I understand. I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I want to stop. I know, but I need to.
Yeah, so you see, like, this is the kind of shit you saw maybe for the first time now, and that's okay. Like, I urge you. Do you think it's important that you get more informed about it? Because
Yeah.
for eggs, I can show you also what happens. Do you want to see where? Let me show also with eggs.
Oh wow. Okay.
Also with eggs. What happens with eggs?
With eggs.
Yeah, because
With eggs, I don't know at all.
yeah. So a lot of the times with eggs, we imagine that. Okay, let me put it also here. Okay, so these are chickens who are
Oh wow. Oh.
okay, beef. Sorry, Kharkiv. Fish.
And I don't know how like people could work in this and say, yeah, it's okay for me.
No, they're not. They have PTSD a lot of the times, you know. So
Oh, yeah,
the-
yeah.
So these are chicks who hatch from eggs. A worker separates them. You see, they take them, and these are male chicks. The female chicks go to farms where they lay eggs, and the
Ooh.
male chicks, yeah,
Oh wow, I
they
was
get
not
blended
prepared
up
for
alive.
this.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
fuck.
what happens to male chicks, and because so there's a different species from the chickens we grow for meat versus the chickens that we grow for eggs. So the chickens that we grow for eggs, the male chicks, obviously they don't produce eggs.
Yeah.
So they're useless to the industry. So feeding them even a little bit is useless. So they kill them on their first day of
Yeah.
life. Either macerating them alive, as you saw there, or sometimes they put them in a bag and they asphyxiate them to death. This
Oh,
is the
fuck.
shit that animal agriculture
Yeah.
does. And
Like in Europe, we talk about a lot, but I went to Asia for 4 months, and like they do the same, but the same type of shit, but not with like how do you say this machine? Machine?
Yeah, yeah.
And like there, it's like worse. It like every animals they take, dogs, cats, even like how do you call like the things who go under the dirt.
Oh,
With,
like a
blind
mole
one.
rat, yeah.
Yeah, mold.
Mole rat.
Mole rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also had this.
Oh god.
Yeah, Asia is like really fucked for this.
I mean,
But-
there's no difference between a dog and a cat and a cow.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, we on the Western Europe, we say, oh, you guys are awful, you're killing dogs, but we're doing the same to cows, chickens,
Yeah.
and pigs, right?
And we have like machine
Yeah.
to do this. Like
Yeah.
we like do it like not ourselves now. It's we let like machine does it for us.
And it's yeah. So I think, you know, like obviously there can be I don't want to say better, but I don't think there's ever a better way. Like all of this is pretty standard practice. What you saw, it's just you got to ask yourself at the end of the day, because even if you try to seek out the situations when it's like not like this, you want to find a situation where the animals are kept on a green field or anything.
Yeah.
You're gonna find that even in those situations there's shit like this happening, right?
Yeah.
So to find the perfect way to farm animals, I don't think there is a way, because if we wouldn't find it ethical to farm humans, why would it be ethical to farm animals? And I
For
think
me, it would be ethical to farm humans. If
it
you
would
see,
be
like,
ethical to farm humans,
there's so
to
much human
forcefully
dumb-
impregnate them.
Just dumb human, like just now, just like everywhere now in Europe, like US, everywhere now it's getting fucked. Like everyone is stupid. I don't know why.
I completely agree with everybody being stupid statement, but I wouldn't want to farm them either way, you know. I think I respect the autonomy of people either way, you know?
Yeah, neither am I. It was just like a manner to say like that. I would say I'm more scared of humans. I'm really scared of humans because they are like they can think wrongly. They can think wrong.
Humans
like,
are scary shit, man.
Yeah.
Humans have come up with that. You
Yeah.
saw. Like it's not the animals who've done that. Like when animals kill other animals, they do it for sustenance because they have to.
Yeah.
We do this for money, for pleasure, for
Yeah.
all of it. So I think you got to ask yourself, where do you want to stand on this issue, right? Because you want to, when you give money, you'll give money to this kind of shit.
Yeah.
You want to give money to that, or do you want to try something else? That's all it is. That's all. Because this may not end right now. This may continue. So you may have this attitude where you're like defeatist in a sense and say, well, it doesn't really matter what I do, but it does, because you can change. Well, first of all, you can say you can spare like 100 animals from this thing per year, and second, you know, you change yourself. You realize you're on the good side of history. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And I know if I does this, after I will probably like more my body, I will be better, and after I will like inform others.
Exactly.
It's like the same now with politics. I'm French, so we talk a lot
Exactly.
about politics.
Yeah.
Yeah. But engineering, in engineering student.
Yeah.
And like every mind there is like, they are like so dumb. They are like thinking about money and stuff.
What kind
like
of
this.
engineering? I'm a software engineer.
I'm electronics.
Electronics?
I'm like
Ah.
in my fourth year. I'm
Oh,
like in
nice.
research.
Ah, nice.
So it's like the heat connection.
Yeah,
like different components.
Yeah. I wanted to go to that, but I actually ended up doing software because I was a bit lazier than.
Yeah, I
there was a lot
understand.
more to learn with.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like my first semester of this. I
Yeah.
have only one semester,
Yeah.
and it's like already like hard for me. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I was not prepared.
I get it. Okay, well, I don't know. I've had a nice conversation with you. I hope you had a nice
Yeah.
conversation. I'll give you. What was your name again?
Niels.
Niels.
And you again?
Chip.
Chip.
Chip. Yeah.
Chip. What's
So-
your Instagram?
Yeah, so I'll just give you this card. You have my YouTube, my Instagram, and I urge you, like, you didn't saw that footage is from Dominion.
Yeah.
If you want to watch either Dominion or watch the most important speech you'll ever hear, it's a video that just talks about everything we do to animals. It's a
Okay.
really good speech either way. Like it's nice to watch. You can even eat while you're watching it. It's not gruesome content. Like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Just to talk and.
yeah, exactly. I urge you to watch that to learn about. There's nothing wrong with knowing what you're supporting.
Okay.
And if you scan this QR code, also you have Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan, all of it for free.
What did you say? You went like really
Sorry,
fast.
I've been saying it so much that I
Yeah, yeah.
So you have a thing there called Challenge 22. They
Yeah.
hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day, and they help you go vegan for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
wow.
just gotta subscribe. Yeah.
Okay, I will look at it. So thank you, Chip.
Yeah.
It was nice
thank you,
talk, and
Niels. Yeah.
I will think of this. Yeah.
Think and act. Don't just think, okay? Because
Yeah.
thinking means nothing. We need to
First
act.
vegetarian, and after vegan, probably. But I don't know.
You gotta ask yourself where your values are, man. You gotta ask yourself where your values are.
Yeah, I know. But it's for sure all my friends getting like through stop meat and stuff like this. So
Watch the most important speech you'll ever hear. Watch it.
the most important speech I will.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good speech. It's a good speech. Watch
Okay,
it.
I will watch it tonight.
It'll answer a lot of your questions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Niels. Hey.
Thank you, Chip.
Hey.
And have a nice day and good
Thank you.
luck.
You too. Good luck. Yeah, everybody. I think I reached the natural limit of I'm done. No, no, no. I will. Do you think hyenas are evil or wrong for eating a zebra alive, or for example, which causes immense suffering? No. Are you a hyena or a zebra? What is this ridiculous excuses? No, you are a human being. You have choices. Do hyenas have choices? Perhaps not. Do hyenas know morality? Are hyenas moral agents or moral patients? I would say they're moral patients more than moral agents. But even if they were moral agents, they don't have alternatives, do they? You're not a carnivore. You're an omnivore. Do I need to speak more? You literally go into a supermarket. Do you want me to tell you what lions do? Lions, they kill all the cubs in their tribe to show dominance in order to mate with the females faster. Would you do that? Would you go around killing all your male friends, all your male friends' kids to show dominance and so that you can fuck their girlfriends? Would you do that? Because a lion would do that. Why is it that you're not doing that and justifying it by a lion is doing it? Ugh. Come on. Come on. Think for yourself. You got to think about your values. Yeah, no, you got to think about your values. But as I said, no, I don't think you're interested in anything else other than coming up with excuses or reasons to justify animal abuse and exploitation. And I'm not even sure if you have seen. I don't know if you guys have seen what I was showing on the tablet, but you know what? No, just watch the 3-minute video. Give it a watch, 3-minute video, and tell me that. Then come back in the comment section of this video and tell us that that's where your values say everything you saw in that video is what you want to support. Everything you saw there is, yeah, let's do this, I want that. Okay, because honestly, otherwise what are we talking about? Otherwise you're just coming up with excuses. And I'm not, if you're trying to find what do you call it, put me in a corner, gotchas towards me, you are going to find them. I'll give you that. You will find gotchas towards me for sure and put me in a corner for sure, because I'm not the most intelligent person, I'm just an average person who's speaking on behalf of animals. Just an average person who's trying their best to fight for the rights of innocent animals, okay? So you trying to find excuses or a way to portray me as a hypocrite or whatever it is that you want to portray me would not fare well with your arguments in absolutely any way. Because you know what? I want you to discuss the argument, not me. And what you say, I have seen it and I do not support animal cruelty. You say that. Wait. But you can't explain why it's okay for one animal to eat another, but not us, which are also animals in your worldview. I just explained to you why. Thank you for not listening, and I won't repeat it for you. But I have seen it and I do not support animal cruelty, says no. Ha! There you go. No. That is bullshit. That is 100% bullshit. You have seen it and you don't support animal cruelty. If you buy animal products, you support animal cruelty. If you buy animal products, that is what you're supporting. And if you yourself called it cruelty, that is what you're supporting. So there you go, brother. You already got there. You got there. Stop finding excuses. Go vegan. Stop it. I'm sorry, everybody. I think I will stop interacting with you now. I'll just ignore you because I don't know why it is that you are triggering me. I guess you have that thing. You know, there's some people who just have that thing for triggering me. But yeah, you know, when I get triggered, I also laugh afterwards. Either way, yeah, I think that's it, everybody, because I have to go to, you know, the usual toilet afterwards. Not dinner per se, Yeri, but thank you for that. The vegan plan says one more. You can try one more, sure. Let's do one more. I'll take 10 more minutes, and otherwise, yeah. Loaderbike, we need Loaderbike, yes. This reminds me when I'd ask my pastor as a kid questions and he wouldn't answer them, says no. Yeah, no. Yeah, you know what the difference is, no, between me and the pastor is that I preach that you look into it, that you continue researching, and that you question your values, not that you listen to me and listen to an old book that somebody came up out of the top of their head or somebody invented. I don't care about that. So there is a difference there. There's my fundamental the fundamental beliefs of veganism are rooted in the scientific consensus that we do not need animal products to thrive, on the fact that animals are sentient, so therefore exploiting them would be wrong because of their sentience. What else? What else is the fundamental reason for veganism? I think that should be enough. You have alternatives, and yeah, what else do you need? Oh my God, Peg, thank you so much. Thank you, Peg. I'm questioning your values to understand why I should consider your values. No. No. Listen, you know why you trigger me? Because you don't listen. You have to listen. My values don't matter. Your values, your own values, no, say that it's wrong to be against animal cruelty. Isn't it cruel to force an animal into a slaughterhouse for something that is essentially optional to you? Isn't it cruel to bring an animal to life for the sole purpose of killing them, exploiting them and killing them? Is none of this cruel to you? Is this normal? Is this compassionate behavior or normal behavior, or is it cruel behavior? Please explain to me, according to your own values, because you're against animal cruelty, and I'm not telling you to adopt my values. I don't give a shit about you adopting my values. I care about you living up to your own values. So tell me, is it cruel to exploit an animal when you don't have to? Is it? High speed, low drag, I already stopped listening to you. So no, I will give you one more chance. And tell me, is it cruel, according to your own values, to bring an animal to life for the sole purpose of exploiting them and killing them? I love how everybody who comes into this chat who consumes animal products just wants to debate my values, wants to challenge my values, but all I want to show is that their values are in line with veganism, and they should probably not exploit animals, not support animal exploitation. Can you repeat the question one more time? Says no. No, okay, please listen this time. Is it cruel to bring an animal to life for the sole purpose of exploiting them, and when you can no longer exploit them, to kill them, when you don't need to do any of it? Is it cruel? I'm not gonna repeat it a third time. Hey Nathan, thank you for being here. And everybody, if you're enjoying this this triggered person's response, I'm the triggered person. Please subscribe. I get triggered rarely, and when I do, I laugh it off. If I don't need to do this to them, yes, it's cruel. But what I need red meat for my body to function properly. Well, there you go. No, so. What is it that you disagree? You don't need red meat. First of all, you should not have red meat for your body because red meat is a type 2B carcinogenic. So no, first of all, you should not have that if you don't want colon cancer because it does increase your risk of colon cancer. But regardless of health concerns, you can thrive on a plant-based diet. And that is a scientific consensus. All major dietitian and nutritional organizations in the world who are in no way vegan or related to veganism agree that a plant-based diet is suitable for all ages and stages of life. All the major ones, of course. So whatever it is that you want to get your information, you don't need animal-based products in absolutely any way to thrive. So then it is optional to do this to them. So then it is cruel to do this to them. So then according to your own values, no, you should be vegan. According to your own values. It's as easy as that. Your values say that it's cruel to do this to them, as you've agreed, because there's no need. So if you disagree that there's no need, that there's a need, then you disagree with science. So either you disagree with science or you disagree with your own values. Which is it? It's pretty simple. All animal lovers are vegan. Says interesting how every vegan has watched Dominion and every flesh eater has avoided it. I haven't watched Dominion. I cannot watch Dominion. It's insane. It's insanely difficult to watch. I urge everybody who fights so much for their right to exploit animals to watch Dominion. But I would rather give up. I would rather give up a lot more than watch Dominion. A lot more than just animal products, and I did give up animal products. So, but I would give up a lot more than that. Do you have to take certain supplementation to be a healthy vegan? No, you only take. No, your name being no. The only thing that you need to take is B12 once or twice a week. I had to take B12 even before going vegan, so sadly I have to take it every day because I have a issue in my body, again, even before going vegan. But you would be surprised to find out that animals are anyway supplemented B12, so when you're eating animal products, you're just taking a second-hand supplement. So yet again, doesn't really matter. Supplementation can be part of a healthy lifestyle. Doesn't really matter. Supplementation doesn't inherently imply you are not being healthy if you're supplementing. That's ridiculous. And besides, if most of the world would be vegan, then we wouldn't really need supplementation because we would just have products that have vitamins reinforced into them. So no, it's just a matter of circumstance that you need supplementation, really. Again, of B12. There are B12 sources there are plant-based sources of B12, but they're not as widely available, and they don't have enough B12. B12 is naturally found in fish. No, fish get it from algae. If humans didn't create a supplement industry, you couldn't be vegan, says no. So what? Humans have created a supplement industry. Who cares about that? That's ridiculous. Oh my God. Well, if cars didn't exist, you couldn't do standard stuff.
Doing a social experiment, contact to me. And which kind of experiment is this?
I just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit.
What is your question? You're not predict to your question. Where is your question?
Well, you have to agree to the social experiment if you want to try the question. You have to agree to the social experiment if you want to try it.
All right, so give me the question.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
No, because I don't want to the police see my face.
Oh, then I'm sorry. I only do it with people who want to be
Because you're
alive.
from the police. All right. For people, not for the monkeys.
I'm not from the police, but okay.
But you told me you're doing only for the people.
I'm doing it for the people in the life. Yes.
So for you, I'm not the human.
Yeah, for me and not the human. Yes.
I'm not the human. That's nice. Why I'm not the human for you?
No, I'm saying for the people in the chat, I'm doing it.
Excuse me, sir. What?
Can you please-
I'm not the human for this guy.
Can you please-
For this guy, I'm not the human. He said he make the reportage only with the human.
Can you please back away?
Why? So you are from the...
Can you please just back away?
That's your bullshit, eh?
Just back away. That's okay.
It's bullshit.
Just back away. Yeah, that's fine.
Bullshit.
It's okay. Just back away.
No, it's bullshit.
Just back away,
You
please.
make the fucking bullshit.
Just back away.
You make the fucking bullshit.
Just back away.
You call me, you told
I
that
did
I'm
not tell
the
anything.
human. You told that
Yes.
it's
Just
bullshit.
please back away.
Go
Yes.
away, man.
Yes. Just back away.
Find a job.
That's okay. Yeah, I will find the job. Just back away. Sometimes you have to deal with this kind of. We had two today, huh? It's kind of insane. But that's what you do with these people, everybody. Do not escalate. It's very important that you calm and just let them go. Just go away, back away, go away. That's what you do, okay? We have to be calm. You never know what you're gonna get on these streams. That hat's goofy. Wubba lubba dub dub. Existence is pain. Existence is pain, sadly. Because it's Friday, says Benji. Yeah. Megan Schultz. Oh, yeah, Megan Schultz. I don't think we need to interact with Megan Schultz. They always come into the chat. They always come into the comment section and drop the most hateful comments, the most discriminatory comments. Like I've heard Megan Schultz say a lot of weird stuff. It's funny, you know, because there's so many people who troll vegan channels, and I gotta wonder, like, these people tell me to get a job, but then they waste their time trying to troll people who fight for animal rights. That's kind of insane. You want to try a social experiment? Okay. God, let's show ourselves that let's be the bigger people. Let's not call people names. Let's try to be civil. I think Megan's arguments are gross. I think what they stand for is gross. But they as an individual, maybe they're a nice person, maybe they're whatever they are, but what they stand for is awful, yeah. Exploiting innocent animals is awful. So you can troll people, but we're not allowed to troll, huh? You want to try a social experiment?
Can we go off camera?
Yeah, sure.
You're live,
Yeah. You can be off camera.
Just curious what...
But you have to be a little bit closer, because you can come here. It's I'll tell you when you're. Yeah. What's your name?
I just told you I'm not...
Okay, that's
really
okay. That's.
familiar to- Just curious what you're doing.
I'm just asking some questions. That's it. Get you to think a little bit.
In regards to what is the
Oh,
topic of your experiment?
Oh,
Is
it's
it
about the
related-
animals. Our relationship to animals. Yeah.
Okay.
So how do you feel about animals?
Animals, amazing, man.
Amazing.
I'm a pet lover, yes,
You're
of
a
course.
pet lover.
An animal lover in general.
Okay, you're an animal lover. Okay. Do you think animals should be exploited?
Exploited? No way, man.
So is it wrong to exploit animals?
This is a very sensitive question you're asking because maybe we say that no, is not allowed, but you see that all society is accepting that it's us who are eating the animals. So who are you and me to say no?
Well, what about you? Do you think, like, what do your values say? I understand other people are doing it, but what do your values say? Do your values say it's okay to exploit animals?
Yeah, that's a great question. No, man, but this is the contradiction that my values say no, but in action we eat meat.
Yeah. So
I'm still a
yeah.
meat eater.
But you can choose otherwise, right? Like I'm vegan, for example. I don't consume any animal products for the same reason because I oppose animal exploitation. So, by the way, being vegan literally means opposing animal exploitation.
Yeah. Okay, you're going directly there.
Yeah.
Listen, my man, my opinion, my perspective maybe irritates some people. I'm not on one extreme, I'm not on the other. I'm in the middle. If you want to eat animals, eat them, but you have to kill it. You have to go
wait,
through.
Is it extreme to choose to not exploit or kill an innocent sentient being when you don't have to?
Do you believe that all humanity could live on vegetables?
I believe that I can. I believe that you can, probably, right?
I wouldn't like to oppose my opinion to other people. If somebody says
No, but that's just it. Your values say that it's wrong to exploit animals, yet you choose to exploit animals. I'm not here to say, to impose my values onto you. I'm here to show you that your values are already in line with veganism and that your actions aren't in line with your own values.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I don't deny it.
Yeah, so why not live up to your own values? Like honestly, I sit here and defend animals. You know, I'm not here to judge. So in that sense, I used to be part of it too. I'm just curious, like why not just stop it all?
Well, here my English is not so good, but it's worthy what you're doing, man. And congratulations.
Yeah, but you should also like I understand. Thinking about it's not about me, right? Again, I just try to bring it back because, you know, when we choose to buy animal products, we have alternatives. We have other choices. We have this privilege of other choices.
Man, but
so
it is much more complicated than that. And the reason I stopped actually is because you're conducting a social experiment. And this is something similar that I would like to do.
Yeah.
To interview and connect with people like you do.
Yeah.
So kudos on that. You are touching something that I also want to work with is change. Brother, this is the most difficult thing in human...
What is it that you want people to change for?
For me, from fear to love.
From fear to love.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's an interesting thing because I would argue that the premise of a lot of things that are wrong in this world are because people are not vegan. You know why? Because veganism, the reason why you are not vegan is because you have a superior mentality. You think that because you're human and doing this to animal isn't that wrong. You think it's wrong, but you don't see it as that wrong. If it were humans in that situation, would you stop?
We are.
But if it were humans who are being exploited and killed, there's no humans being killed for your food, and you are not actively supporting it when you have other options. If you had other options where you wouldn't be exploiting and killing humans, would you still choose to do so?
Sorry, I don't understand the question because I believe that humans are already exploited and killed, not for food, but we are already.
Would you actively support it when you have the option not to?
This is a deep question, man. It's a philosophical question. In reality, you have to
What do you say? If you had the option to choose not to exploit humans, not to exploit or kill humans, would you not choose not to exploit and kill humans?
Man, absolutely.
So then why is it different for animals?
You are circling around with your questions. What we are believing is different from what we are acting.
Well, no.
Now, reality and society is operating on a specific level. They are doing what they are doing. For us to believe different is good, but this thing is still working like this.
So listen, I'll give you that there's certain inherent exploitation happening in the world, right? Things that we do have some form of exploitation behind them. But when we are presented with the option to either choose the one with less exploitation or no exploitation at all, I personally see it as a moral obligation to choose less exploitation or no exploitation at all. And hence, that brings me back to the same question.
What is your solution? To change everybody towards non-exploitation in this way?
Well, I think if you show if you were to show compassion towards innocent sentient beings, even if everybody allows you to kill them, even if the whole society says, hell, we can do whatever we want to animals, I think when you show compassion and fairness towards them, I think you actually show much more, and you would show it obviously towards humans also, because if you show it to the most innocent beings.
Got it. To me, it goes on the other side.
Yeah.
And thank you for the talk. We will have to go, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But for me, it's priority to focus on the humans. Sorry and no
But
offense.
even with the priority, I understand what you mean.
Just one moment, yes.
Yeah.
No. I don't want neither to offend people.
You're
like
not offending
you
me,
that
don't
are
worry.
supporting
Don't worry, yeah.
This side, but for me, it's not a priority. I love animals, as I told you in the beginning. But
can you really love animals and exploit them?
Yes. Do you love humans?
No.
You don't love humans?
I don't love humans, no.
You don't have chances, bro. If you don't love humans and you want to change humans towards your direction, you have no chances.
But you don't have to love animals and you don't have to love humans to want them to be fair.
Can you convince lions not to kill sheep?
But lions also rape other lions. Can you convince lions? Should a human be allowed to rape other humans because lions do it?
It's not a question of if, it's a question this is happening.
No,
For
but
me,
I'm just saying that if we use lion as a justification for saying committing an act just because a lion does it too, then why aren't we saying, well, we should be able to rape because a lion does it too? You see what I mean? That's what I mean. Like, we shouldn't be bringing what other animals do. We know that we as humans have this I don't know, predisposition towards morality, and we try to act moral, and we try to do what's best. And I think,
my man, you're going too deep. I didn't stop for such a
I
deep
understand what you
conversation.
mean, but like,
this is a big debate, man. Thank you.
but this
I
isn't a
don't have
debate.
time
Listen,
to go.
this isn't
Yeah,
a
yeah.
me versus you mentality. I just want to be clear.
No,
this is
not
a
in this
mentality
way
where
debate.
I
this
want.
is an exchange of ideas that we need a lot of time and
Yeah.
analysis to go, because you're touching points we cannot go boom directly in one
Yeah.
sentence.
Can I give you some resources to help you look into it?
No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. I think, at the end of the day, you just got to ask yourself which side of it do you want to be on, because yes, a lot of people are participating in it, but that doesn't mean you also need to be participating in it. And you going vegan can save up to 100 animals per year. That's a lot of animals you could be saving.
Brother,
Showing some
I
compassion.
totally respect your work and what you are doing here, and congratulations. Sorry that my empathy is a little bit low when it comes to saving the animals. I feel and I believe that I have huge empathy and compassion for humans.
But let me say one thing, because you mentioned this twice, and then I'll let you go. So you can have compassion for humans. You can fight for human. I fight for women's rights, and I fight for LGBTQ rights also sometimes. But obviously, I dedicate most of my time for fighting for animals. But you don't have to do what I do. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that 3 times per day you make a choice, and when you make that choice, you have another option where you can choose to not exploit an animal. The bare minimum you can do is choose to not pay for their exploitation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying fight for their rights.
Would
see
you
what
say
I
the
mean?
same for cigarettes?
I would say the same for everything. I would say the same. If you have the option to not exploit any being, choose to not, whether they're human or animal. Choose to not.
Of course, man, but it's so subconscious that we go just by
I
the
know.
bag. You
But we
understand?
got to bring it back to a little bit of consciousness and be aware, because it's subconscious to us, and this industries pay large sums of money to keep it hidden and more in our subconscious. But it needs to be conscious, because the choices that we make do have impact.
My man, believe me, your passion and your work is gonna make me think twice. And
I hope so.
third
I hope
time.
so. Just watch one of those videos there on the cards, okay?
I appreciate you.
Cheers. Have a good one. Yeah. I think I need to go to the bathroom, everybody. Yeah, Chip, excellent outreach. He was a nice guy in the end. You saw, like, we were speaking, and I think I love that he said he's for humans. I love that he said that it's love over hate or something. It's a lot of the times we have this mentality that being vegan somehow involves more time or more animals, more of our life dedicated to this. It doesn't. I'll tell you this: being vegan literally just involves making a different choice. Literally, that's it. It does involve, of course, knowing what that choice is, but once you know what that choice is, it's just about making that choice. So, yeah, everybody watching this, listening to this, why not go vegan? Why not make that choice? Show some compassion, show some love. I really do believe that if the whole world were vegan, we would have way less issues in the world. But then again, who's to know? Who's to know? The world is fucked up in a lot of ways. The world is theoretically not misogynistic. Theoretically, women should have rights. But practically, we see a fuck ton of misogynists running around. We see a fuck ton of racists running around, although racism shouldn't be a thing anymore. So I don't think we can, I don't think we should look at the world. My point is, I don't think we should be looking at the world and what the world does to justify what we do. Because if we do that, we can justify all sorts of horrific things. So let's look at our own values. Let's judge our own values. If it's wrong to be cruel to an animal, please don't be cruel to an animal. If it's wrong to exploit and kill, and if you think it's cruel to exploit and kill an animal without any need, then perhaps you should go vegan already. So, yeah, that's about it. I don't know. My mind is also kind of fried, by the way, because I've been sitting here for 3 hours, almost 4. Chip, you're 100% right. Don't doubt yourself. Being vegan would help and end a lot of human suffering. I believe so, but who knows? I believe there would be a lot that would be solved. I think that I think not if the whole world were to be vegan, but rather if the whole world were to go vegan, because there's a difference there, right? Like, if the world were to be vegan, just like the world now, let's say, is free, I don't think there's like, if somebody has values that they question themselves and get to that point and learn it, then wait a second, because I'm sorry, everybody. Veganism is much more than that. It's an entire philosophical claim that has little justification for its moral claims. Without a metaphysical moral system, it's just preference-based. Okay, yeah. See, there you go. You're just gonna find any excuse that you want. No, it's pretty simple. You say you're against animal cruelty. Can you really be against animal cruelty when you pay for to be cruel to animals for something that you don't need? No. There you go. That's hypocrisy from the start. So it's okay. It's okay. You know, you can acknowledge you're being a hypocrite on that, and you can try to change. That's it. Just like sometimes I'm a hypocrite and I try to change. We're all doing our best in the world, man. That's all it is. Who else here thinks Chip is wearing a diaper? I'm not, but I really have to go. I actually haven't drank water since... Oh, it's been almost 7 hours since I've been drinking water. Since I haven't drank water. It's not presence cases, then what is the justification? Listen, no. Please explain to me again. Please, I don't care if your moral system is objective, subjective, coming from a book, coming from the sky, coming from your butt even. I don't really care. The point is that if your moral system says that it's wrong to be cruel to animals, then perhaps you should not be paying for people to be cruel to animals, especially if you have the choice not to. That's all I'm saying, okay? Anyway, I'm done with you. I keep saying that I'm done with you, but I keep trying, you know why? Because I fight for animal rights, I value animals, and I personally believe that it's wrong to exploit animals, and I don't do it. That's why I'm vegan. The reason why I sit here on the street and speak to people is because I'm also an animal rights activist. I try to get other people to go vegan. I try to get other people to stop exploiting animals. You know, I think our impact needs to go further. I feel ashamed. I feel, honestly, I'll be honest with everybody, I feel kind of ashamed that I used to consume animal products. I feel bad that I used to be part of it. I know there's no logical reason for me to do that, because I never chose that, right? I was taught that way. I never thought about it. But it isn't something that I should be proud of. It isn't something that I should be even normal about. Shame is kind of a normal reaction to it. No. Oh my God, no. Yeah, that's why you trigger me. Now I realize why you trigger me. Because you don't listen, so therefore you're not worth my time. No, I'm sorry. I'm no longer going to interact with you. No. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I hope you have enjoyed all of this stream. And if you're enjoying it, hit that like, subscribe. We're trying to get those numbers up for no other reason than that I feel good about it. No, you know what? No, contact me on Instagram. Let's have a conversation. If you're really up for it, let's have a conversation. We can have it live, we can have it private, whatever. Let's have a conversation. I'm dedicated, you know, man. If you really believe, and I'll just go down and show you that your values are in line with veganism. But hey, I'm not gonna having a conversation like this where I speak a lot and you just say one sentence every once in a while without ever justifying what your sentence or what the context is on the basis of my question, then means nothing. So anyway, let me come back to this. So as I was saying, everybody, thank you for being here. Especially thank you for everybody who has donated, for the moderators. Martin, thank you. A big shout out to Martin, everybody. Thank you, Martin. Martin, you're an awesome moderator, and Martin also posts videos, by the way, everybody. So if you want to go ahead and check out his channel. No, you see you're down, but you don't have Instagram. You would be down to do that on YouTube. I would also do it on YouTube, by the way. I just think you need to contact me on Instagram. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Or you can have my email address. I don't know if my email address is somewhere in the profile, but if it is there, contact me on my email address. That Gay Vegan asks, how do I become a moderator? That Gay Vegan, I can make you a moderator, sure. But yeah, as I said, come back to it, because I interact with some people. It's a bit chaotic, and I'm sorry for being a bit chaotic and a bit hectic. I tried to discuss with some people in the chat, with other people in the chat. It's all a thing. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Martin, for donating. Thank you, everybody, for donating. Thank you for moderating. Thank you for I don't know. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for all the people in the chat who have had the patience and the fortitude to sit and have conversations with everybody in this chat. Thank you for interacting with it. I know it's not easy. I know it seems like my job is the hard one, but I think in reality your job is the hard one, guys. So I appreciate you guys and girls and everything in between. Thank you for that. And what I'm gonna say is we're a team together, and together we can change the world. So thank you for being here. Hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm gonna be live again on Sunday, but you never know. If you want to know when I'm live and get the notification, that's what you gotta do. Everything else, if you're not vegan, watch the 3-minute video that's in the description of this video. Kind of just to see a glimpse of what it is that you're being part of. You also have other resources like the Minion. You have the most important speech you'll ever hear. You should see it as the start of questioning your own values, of understanding your own values. That's it. If you are vegan, try to speak up for animals. Either come into a stream like this and have conversations with people, or go out on the street and speak for yourself. Either way, do something. And if you're already doing something, thank you so much for doing that. I hope you're subscribing. There's always a little bit more. Thank you so much, everybody. That's it. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. My battery's a dick. My microphone's a dick. It's all good. But at least we had good weather today, so at least that. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really do appreciate you, and you are making all of this far easier. I'll be honest. When I sit here and have conversations with people and I speak to people here, it helps out so much knowing that you're there. It does. So thank you so much for being there. And I hope to reciprocate. And if any of you go out there and do live streams and stuff like that, I hope to be there also for you. Thank you so much, everybody. Have an awesome day. And I don't know, show some compassion and some fairness, okay?